How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day, boys. How's it going? Sorry for being slightly late today. I tried to get out here as soon as possible. Boys, hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day, and hopefully we'll have some good old duels. I'm hoping maybe we'll see some kind of other class buffs over the next few weeks, with Blizzard doing stuff like, you know, like making PvP gearing a little bit easier. They're doing the patch 10.0 or 10.2.7. Maybe they'll add some other class changes. Like, honestly, I would love for this patch to be like where all the classes are fairly close to each other. You remember like Mr. Pandaria last season, if you played back in Mob for PvP? Last season, where all classes were tuned so well that everybody were very, very close to one another in terms of performance. You could literally play and push on any class. I honestly would love if Shadowlands was just like that for the final season. I don't want them taking away a lot of effort from Dragonflight, but like doing number tuning of seeing, okay, which classes are presented, which classes are not presented, which classes don't feel good, which classes do feel good. Do some PvE, PvP tuning, just a little bit more, right? Because like we got Destros and Survivals that keep getting nerfed week after week. They're still top for Mythic Pluses, for example. And you buff Shadow Priest and you're like buffing the talent that no one wants to play. And it's just like, man, I would love to see some Feral Druid, Shadow Priest buffs, maybe even Unholy DK tuning just a little bit, you know what I mean? How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Slacker, dude, you know me. Actually, dude, I didn't get much sleep last night because the video couldn't finish processing for so long. It was incredible. Like I feel like a real slacker, I don't know, would it be smarter? I feel like a slacker would just be like, it'll probably be processed. I'll just go. Me, I decided to stay up just to make sure that it's processed so the video doesn't come out looking like hot garbage, pixelated mess. Because when it comes out looking standard, it don't look no good. When it's actually like fully processed, it actually looks kind of crisp, actually kind of nice. So I stayed up maybe a little bit too long last night. Boys, let's get ourselves, I can't even talk. Let's get ourselves some 5v5 1v1 duels on the day, boys. Let's hop on, see we got any groups. Do we got Chicago? Do we got my boy Chill Pills here by any chance? Are we gonna be seeing my man C-Mark? What's up, G? What's up, man? Hey boys, all doing well? How you doing, man? Exit spam has returned, but as a druid, perfectly fine with that, my guy. Hey, perfectly fine with me. Yo, let's get some groups up and running, boys. Let's see. US, there we go. I always logged into the alpha, dude. I have to check every single time, like, am I logging into the alpha or am I logging into live? Yes, the other day I was doing some stuff with guildies, and I was like logging into the game, and I was like, I logged in to alpha, and they're like, come on, Dal, we're waiting on you. What are you doing? Oh, hold on, sorry, I logged into alpha by accident. I log out, and then I just instinctively hit play on my BNet. I log back into the alpha. I'm like, oh crap, guys, hold on. I had to back out. And then I'm like making sure I'm going to check that I had to go do something, and I'll come back to sit play. I'm thinking, I'm good. I'll probably set it up from last time. I instinctively just log into the alpha. I did that like 4 times, and I just felt like something's wrong with me at some point, bro. Like, I've been playing a lot of alpha. Maybe it's like subconsciously, I'm having a lot of fun, literally not even like playing that class, just flying around on my dragon on the alpha. Maybe subconsciously, I'm just like already wired to just like, okay, I'm gonna go do what's fun. I'm gonna do the fun thing today. Maybe that's what's going on, bro. What's up, Jack? I do, my man. Jake, I do, my guy. Movie went up to from 285 to 294. Bro, I gotta get some gear on my character. I gotta get some gear on my main. I actually got a couple of keys done last night. I'm so close to KSM. I think I either need one big dungeon. My man, Night King returns this weekend. Let's go, boys. We're gonna have some fantastic duels tonight, man. Fantastic duels with our boy Chill Pills making a comeback. Do we have a second group? Looks like Chicago, potentially good competitors. Let's go, boys! This is a glorious day, man. A glorious evening. Night King and Chicago competing against one another, gathering their forces, gathering their teams together to clash in the dueling arena, dude. I am excited. Chicago, I literally forgot how to spell your name, bro. Night King, my man. Yo, let me throw you guys into Grand. Yeah, let's do that good old Grand to start the day off with, man. Also, this weekend, after the weekend on Tuesday or Wednesday for EU, Solo Shuffle is getting big upgrades, boys. If you're looking to PvP in the new season, Solo Shuffle is a fantastic way of getting some conquest and some honor. It's fairly quick. They are getting to the minimum item level. So if you're looking to play your alts, you jump into some Solo Shuffle, get yourself a basic trinket, get yourself the PvP trinket combo, and then you're good. And then you have one more versatility game, but at least you can be kind of competitive. With the groups up, groups are going to be posted. Let me actually, that's a fantastic question. That's actually a good question because that means I forgot to post it in the chat where the groups are going to be. Let me do this. Yeah. And that should be good, right? I think I got it. Here we go, boys. Find the groups in Dungeons and Raids. You'll find them in the Legacy Raid section. We throw them in the Legacy Raid area so we could utilize cross-faction queues, because you can't do cross-faction and custom PvP. Which I don't know why you can't, but okay. Dungeons, RBGs, all that gets cross-faction. 5v5 duels technically works for cross-faction. I find that this is technically custom PvP in my opinion, but whatever, Blizzard. I'm fine with it. We'll just figure it out, right? We're just gonna figure it out. I'm perfectly cool with it. My man Ori, first up of the day. Yo, I gotta get a good song. Hold on. Reverence and Ori, you guys are charging each other. Give it a second. I'm trying to get a good song, bro. I'm trying to get a good tune. Oh no, you guys are already going at it. You silenced the succubus? Wait, I'm missing some plays here. You just silenced the succubus because I'm trying to find a perfect song to start this day off. Whatever, man. We'll go with this one. Switch. Ori and Reverence already going at one another. Knock up onto Reverence, trying to see. Actually went for a silence point on the succubus earlier while I was trying to get a music. While I was trying to get some tunes up and running. Gonna be a reflect up for Reverence, but knocked up in the air. Cannot avoid going up whenever the starburst collides. Even if you have spell reflect. Wait. Is the spell reflect even functioning? So on the UI it says you got spell reflect, but I know you don't. Gonna be a quick CC onto Ori, hitting him with the fell flame, dropping down the board, trying to force out the domination, that fell bond's ability, just trying to see if he can control Ori as best as possible. The druid did pop the bar skin in order to see if he can maybe survive this. For some reason on Reverence on the UI, it looks like you got a permanent reflect. So maybe you didn't even have a reflect there. Gonna be Infernal crashing down the side, but it's gonna get knocked out by Ori. Them starbursts are gonna be booping things up in the air. Gonna be a quick reflect for Reverence as the Star Surge comes out. Actually gonna get Ori kind of low on health, but Reverence is now feeling the rain of Ori's dots. Gonna swing around the corner with a quick cancel. Silence onto Ori by Ori on the last second. Quick succubus CC to try to control the druid some more as another cancel goes up with full cooldowns on the fear to lock down Ori. Second cancel right after. Ori could be feeling pain here. Gonna be a blasphemy joining the fight. Got himself friends and region flesh cap for flesh cap as Reverence and Ori do go for a bit of a reset, but that blasphemy should hopefully get some puncturing damage onto that flesh cap. Gonna be Reverence getting booped upwards. I think at that point maybe he just walked into one or maybe just spawned on top of him, trying to see if he can set up a decimating bolt versus Ori. That's going to be incinerates to follow. Ori is a druid, however. As long as you're in bear form, as long as you're in cat form or travel form, the succubus or the incubus can't crowd control you. Gonna be the pet actually crashing down. All those dots are wanting it down. Reverence trying to go for a quick fear, maybe a pet summon. Does he realize he got no pet? Maybe just gonna go for Soulfire either way. Quick summon on the succubus. Mad, what is that bulb, by the way? That Soulfire looked really cool when it's green. That actually looks awesome. Ori actually getting kind of low on health. Does Reverence have enough to finish him off? Knocked back by Ori. It looks like Ori is just looking for a little bit of a re-heal. Reverence had no health whatsoever. Got himself a wall. Ruled the reflect. Trying to see if he can push up versus Ori. The incubus or the succubus continues to eat the starbursts back to back. Wrath onto Reverence. Star starts to fall and Ori does end up melting him down with dots. That was actually a very close duel between the two. I'm actually kind of surprised. Chicago gonna be up next on their big old Drake. I love that Nether Drake design. I feel like it's a fantastic mount. That is a good looking mount. This TBC Nether Drake, I feel like, even if it doesn't have the highest of textures, the highest of quality, it is a solid design. I feel like it's a design that basically does well, whether in TBC or whether in current WoW. It has like a longevity to it. Big chain harvest by Chicago. Trying to see if they can push up Ori over the edge here. Bashed by the druid is looking to swing away. Going for the mobility. I think they're going for the power shift switches. I don't know where you got that movement speed from. I don't know if he roared yourself. But I think he may have a PvP challenge whenever he pops out of form. He gets movement speed. Already trying to see if he can blast out Chicago with big CDs. Gonna be a quick cycle into Chicago. Trying to go for a little bit of healing. Chicago holding on to that shrink and holding on until the right moment. This is going to be Ori with a couple of rats and star surges, but that's going to go into the grounding totem. Picking up a starburst, trying to see if he can get Chicago booped upwards. It's going to go for a bit of a knock-up with a silence, trying to see if maybe star surge will do a trick. That's going to be a quick witch here. As Ori trying to go for a bit of a flesh cut, doesn't get himself that much value. He's hanging out next to another starburst. It's going to be able to boop Chicago upwards, and that's able to slow Chicago down. whenever they boop them up in the air. Second boop right after, Chicago didn't take nearly as much damage this time around. Whenever Ori has himself on Eclipse, those starbursts really do a lot of damage. They are astral damage, so you want to have at least a nature, or a solar or a lunar eclipse. Ori trying to see if he can avoid the capacitor totem to try to boom himself off the side, kind of like he's in a wrestling ring, trying to go to the one end and kind of slingshot him across back to the center, trying to avoid the capacitor. Very well done. Ori is actually looking kind of healthy. Chicago's a little bit behind on health, but can recover easily with the Maelstrom. No dampening just yet. Chicago potentially could maybe turn this around. Ori under pressure. It's going to be a basket to follow. Bear from thereafter does get himself an eclipse, so it's going to be knocked back on Chicago. Does Ori have enough to follow up here? Chicago actually got a low health. Stunned by Ori, but does get himself a quick clutch heal in between of those stuns. And that's going to be Ori trying to see if he can swing around the corner. Sounds again still onto Chicago while it's there. It's funny how whenever Chicago like walks into silence, it lights up on Ori. Walks away, it doesn't. Walks back in, it lights back up. It's like a weird UI thing. Gonna be Ori trying to see if he can just run away from Chicago. The Shaman was able to recover quite handily versus the burst of a Boomkid. Maybe a Cyclone. It's gonna be a proper Cyclone. Chicago still holding on to their trinket. They do not want to give up a trinket for frivolous reasons. They're just trying to make sure they are using their abilities to their best extent, to the best degree versus Ori. And Ori may be getting stunned up. Actually looks like killed the capacitor totem, bashed into Chicago, waiting out until the totem, I guess it is totem. These static totem is gone. Did focus down on the grounding too, actually. I didn't even realize it was gonna be one. Knock up on Chicago. Does Ori have any cooldowns? He got a couple of those starbursts. He could potentially kite Chicago into them. Gonna be booping up on the air, just juggling Chicago. As the Shaman is trying to see maybe if that'll be enough with her, what the? Wait, you got a mobility flush cap? Wait, Chicago didn't have a trope for it? I didn't realize you were playing a many Soulbind. Wait a second, you're not playing Marilith? Wait, no, you're not even playing either one. You're playing the Earmere. I saw the weapons earlier. Hold on, what am I talking about? You're playing the Earmere. Is that actually better? Are you going for that crit? Gonna be a knock-up onto Chicago yet again. Quick wind shear onto Ori's cast. Got himself the Starfall. Lots of dot damage. It's gonna be with the, was Swarm went into Totem just now? Was that a grounding totem? Potentially might have been. I was gonna say for a second, because Swarm shouldn't touch a totem. But got grounded apparently. Grounded Swarm. Gonna be a static totem, maybe potentially stun into Ori. Does hit him with a thunder. Ori trickets out of it. Chicago finds himself kind of lowish on health. Gonna be full defensive, taking it up with the Aegis and the Astral Shift. Gonna be Ori trying to see if it could slow down Chicago a little bit quick. Cyclone catching up on healing before dampening gets out of control. And Ori is trying to maybe get some cooldowns rolling up so he can go out of control. Starburst right next to him, maybe a bit with trouble. Gonna be silenced into Chicago. The Z-axis does screw Ori over a little bit, trying to knock Chicago back in there. Cycle right after. Ori got himself a little bit of healing. Gonna be no more Starbursts. Wait, no, there's one, but way out there. May have to reposition towards it because those knockups. Oh, he got one right next to him. Those knockups with Starbursts are actually so valuable. And there's a second one right there. You could use them in order to slow Chicago down. It's actually so good for mobility. Just using it for damage versus Chicago. But Chicago with them lava lashes and storm strikes just keeps punching through the health of Ori. Not much that Ori can really do about that. Unless they can maybe land up the biggest burst possible, but I think they just had their go. Except it feels like every time they have their go, it's more of a defensive go rather than an aggressive go. Trying to maybe get some damage to Chicago. That's going to be an eclipse applied. Chicago trying to drop down all the totem thunder onto Ori. Doesn't with the stun totem. Barkskin while in bear form. Maybe needs a flush cap trying to see if he can knock back. Chicago does get to. Definitely needs some kind of health and recovery. I don't know if he's got any survivability. Going to be the friends in region keeping him alive, but barely. With Chicago charging out, relentlessly attacking Ori, got himself a little bit of movement while Starfall is on him. It's going to be quick control, potential Ori with a flesh guard, standing still, just trying to see if he can tank up as best as possible. Cyclone onto Chicago, and Ori does get to break away for at least a second. My goodness. And he's going to be able to at least back up out of there. Oh my god, I just missed it completely. But Chicago got blasted out by Ori. I'm so sorry, boys. I'm so sorry. I just had to take an email here real quick. Cyclone by Ori onto the Berserk, trying to see if he may be able to take him down. Hold on, boys. Sorry, boys. Sorry. I know it's a duel right now, but I've got a bit of an issue here. Sorry, boys. I wouldn't be stopping the stream like this. Keep dueling. Keep having fun. Keep doing your thing, boys. Don't let me stop ya. I'm just yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, boys. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Sorry. I didn't even go back to the duels, man. I'm missing all this sweet action with Ori. I'm missing all this goodness action with Ori. Sorry about this, boys. I had a security email that I had to take care of, is the best way to put it. It's one of those things that's when you get an email about it, you're like, I probably should take care of that immediately. So I just had to focus up for a second. But yeah, sorry about that one, boys. No more delays. No more delays. We're gonna go back to normal, yeah? Definitely gonna go back to normal. Gonna be Ori with Alexia. Wait, oh my god, Popo getting blasted. I'm missing so much goodness from Ori, man. Ori's actually going for a full 1v4. I missed so much of it. I am so sorry, chat. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Well, hopefully that'll be a fix. Gonna have a voice over the video. Potentially, I don't even know how the audio is gonna be, right? How the visuals are gonna be, but I may have to, yes. Depending on how the camera is gonna be, like, cause the camera was kind of stuck in one position, I may have to voice it over later, yes. I'll need to watch the rest of it. I guess we'll just get back to the boys. Alvarez locking down Ori with a pet. This is gonna be a quick stun as Ori went for a full 1v5. I really wish I watched a lot of it. I was present for a lot of it. I was there for Chicago. And then I saw there was a feral and apparently a monk. And Ori is trying to see if he can maybe avoid getting locked down by Alvarez as a whole army of the dead comes out. We're sitting at a 13-minute mark, 50% damage, but a quick cyclone on my life versus Alvarez as Ori trying not to give the undeads the starburst. He just tried to see if he can kill him very quickly, pick up a starburst, use it versus Alvarez, or potentially even his main pet. Trying to see, more starburst spawning in. Bet is gonna get knocked up. It's gonna be knocked back by Alvarez, actually gripping instead. Alvarez is actually taking a bunch of starbursts back to back, getting absolutely blasted as Ori is looking for a bit of a resetti. Gonna be a knock up onto one of the ghoul pets. The main ghoul pad is actually kind of low. It is both of them, both the Death Knight and the ghoul, very, very low silence. On to Ori. Alvarez may be in big, big trouble, but maybe Alvarez comes out of this somehow. He needs to get a grip. It's a kind of healing versus Ori. Got himself the spell warding for a second, but I think the dodge just sent him over the edge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ori, you're insane. I missed a lot of that duel, but you are insane. Was that 2 million healing that I saw? Jesus Christ, bro. Sick 1v5. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I wish I was there to see it, man. I wish I was there to witness it. There it is, man. There it is. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another up and running, yeah. Let's get another duel rolling, yeah? Another one, boys. Let me know when you guys are ready. Let me know when you boys are ready. Or either when we got, dude, he's insane. Night King is ready. Does Chicago want to go again? Is Chicago ready to go again is my question. I'm down. Yeah, you guys are welcome to join us up. If you guys want to join any of the groups, check every single duel if there's new openings in a Raids Legacy section. Dungeon Raids, I know it's weird. Premier group, Legacy Raid, find a group, and then top 5 in the search. Oh, just no, once. Just 5 once. And you should find a group at a 5-5 1v1 duels. Chicago got a group? Oh, boys, let's go. One more. Uno mas. I'm not gonna throw in a grand this time. This time we're gonna let it be a little bit more random where we go. And I guess we go and tag and speak. You guys are more than welcome to join up, by the way, if y'all want to join. Groups are always up in a Raids Legacy. Check every single time a duel is over if there's any new spots. In most cases they list and you can sign in immediately. Sign up fairly quickly and then we'll have a group ready immediately, boys. Alrighty. Let's get ourselves. I guess we gotta close that one. I guess I'll save that audio. Man, that was weird. Sorry, boys. I really that was really weird, man. I got an email. It's like, hey, security stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. So there was a question of like, hey, I had to just process in my head like, hey, can I do this while I'm commenting duel, or should I just stop and just focus on that very, very quickly? And I decided, okay, I think I'm just gonna worry about security stuff very, very quickly. Just focus on that completely and then see where that goes. But yeah. Boys, let's get ourselves another group up and running. Yeah, let's get ourselves another proper duel for the day. Yeah, so Twitch, we got ourselves Alphas over for the team one. On that team, we got ourselves Popo as a monk. We got Reverence waiting their turn. I like the bronze dragonflight look you got going on. We got ourselves the Berserk ready to go. Literally Berserk. Chill Pills versus Chicago. The first one's up. Silence onto the Shaman as they go for a quick stutter. Trying to skip the clutches of a Death Knight. Chill Pills not letting him go anywhere, but the Static Totem is going to prevent him from going places. It's going to be Grippy Hand Grip and Chicago back in though, however. So he is at least able to keep some kind of pressure, some kind of sustain going. But it's going to be backing out. The cooldowns for the Frost Death and are going to be down for a little bit. I think he's going to wait until he gets himself the stun blind combo with the Pillar of Frost and go for big slammer jammer with a big old two-hander. Chill Pills, by the way, this kind of mog I don't see you wear often. But that Castle Nathria set is a good looking set. I always thought out of all the raids, Castle Nathria mogs, particularly for play classes, looked fantastic. It looks great. Not the biggest fan of the helm. But I feel like the helm is maybe like the top part is a bit too much, but it looks good altogether. Like as a set, it looks like a knight in shining armor and it looks glorious. Chilpa's trying to see if he can back away from Chicago. Going to be Chain of Ice back to back, just keeping pressure on Chicago as best as he can. And that's going to be their Earth Elemental, just kind of clobbering him off to the side, trying to see if he can maybe get him, I don't know, get him softened up for Chicago. Just trying to see if he can do whatever pulverizer he can. Blind him, stun on Chicago. Actually does get himself a full burst with Pillar of Frost. Unable to get himself back-to-back obliterates though. I think he was trying to see if he may be able to have to fish for procs. Big Chain Harvest does set Jumpa's kind of behind. Gonna be AMS massive Death Strike heal as well. Not even a Warlock House. That was just a Death Strike. He took a Big Chain Harvest. Alien Blast right after. Big Death Strike, recovered all his health. The harder a Death Knight gets hit, the harder they heal. So if you get bursted by a Death Knight, if you have a Death Strike at the ready, last 5 seconds, as long as you heal within the last 5 seconds of taking big hits, you're able to recover quite a huge portion of it, if not almost all of it. Jumpa is able to recover quite a bit from these Ghost Raptors, just having at least a target that he can vampirically Death Strike and leash health from. Chicago tried to keep themselves alive here, Earth Shield and everything, Wall available in case they need it. Chilpa's got some cooldowns coming up very, very soon. Gonna be checking out Chicago immediately. That's gonna be a pre-wall with the Aegis as Chilpa's goes for his grippy hand. Try to see maybe he can ramp up some partial burst, but he's not really going in for big damage just yet. Gonna be a stun on Chilpa's, does IBF out of it. I think he's waiting on to Chicago's Aegis is gonna be gone. Try to see if he can blast the Chicago grip and everybody in. Just grab it. Oh my god, he just waited until the Aegis was over, until the wall was done. He had to be patient. He had to be careful. The grippy hand started gripping, the rest of the team won, but he's like, he can't control it, right? He just tried to grab back at Chicago, and he does that and take it out the Shaman. That was actually such a close duel. Normally Chicago pops all the cooldowns, all defensives, as Chilpa's pops offenses, but Chilpa's had to bait the cooldowns, partially popping everything. Only pop the grippy hand, and then had to survive with IBF. That's all he had to do, just wait to survive. Then the Aegis is gone. Now that the wall is gone, then you pop the most amount of bursts possible. But he had to commit enough cooldowns, not all of them, but enough of them to get Chicago to pop defenses. Gonna be a quick chain of ice to the Alphas, controlling the Unholy Death Knight. The Frost DK does have plenty of that control. Gonna be a quick blind before the Death Knight can even do anything. Gonna be a grippy hand by Alphas as he got a normal grip onto Chilpa's, but couldn't do it. The Death's Advance was keeping him planted on the ground, avoiding the Death Knight burst completely. Alphas is gonna be behind the burst altogether though. He does have the Army of the Dead. He does have the Abomination. So he does quite a bit of damage. Going to be sound to the Alphas, preventing him from being able to cast certain spells. It's going to be AMS on top of Alphas. Doesn't got himself IBF to break out of that stun. And that's going to be Chilpa's trying to see if he can back up out of there, taking a lot of the brunt of the damage from the Army of the Undeads. They're trying to avoid him as best as he can. Got himself to a Death Strike. He got these pets at least somewhere nearby him so he can Death Strike off of him. If only you could like sacrifice the other Death Knights, like one of his Army of the Ghouls pets, to like heal yourself or something. Couldn't you mind control them? I imagine you could, but they don't live long enough, do they? I mean, technically, wait, you can't mind control the main pet, can you? I remember you could back in the day. Back in the Frost Death Knight could control the pet of the Unholy Death Knight. I think back in Cataclysm, if maybe not on the expansion. That could have been actually pretty busted. It's like you pop out a pet, just like mine. Wait, I'm the Unholy pet. I gotta be the pet cause I'm like, I'm a Frosty cat. I don't got a pet. I can MC yours real quickly. Gonna be Alphas, taking a bit of them, obliterates back-to-back, quick stun on Chilpa's, trying to see if he can lock him down a little bit, blind onto Alphas, Chilpa's summoning the relentless winds of Frost, trying to see maybe able to burst down Alphas before he dies right there. Chilpa's taking quite a bit of damage, gonna be IBF down, or AMC down for Alphas, yoinking him out of there, quick splitting eyes just to take him down. That's gonna be Reverence, trying to see if he may be able to get himself a go versus Chilpa's, but Chilpa's being relentless from the get-go. Quick board by Reverence. Chain of Ice, and actually a Rudo to Reverence does send out a chunky cannonball that Chilpa's, but he's gonna go for a Flesh Cat standing in the fell ground, which is gonna reduce some of his healing, but the Flesh Cat is still gonna be pretty strong. Reverence though did go in for a little bit of an opener there, or rather want to go for an opener, but got opened up by Chilpa's instead. Chilpa's trying to see if he can control him, but best he can. Just got that Chain of Ice to root him down. Reverence breaking those shackles. Mordecai and Chilpa's cheating out of Chaosbolt. That's going to be a second CC. Trying to see if he can set up second CC once the Chaosbolt leaves his fingers because it would give him more control. If you fear somebody after Chaosbolt is gone, Chaosbolt technically won't break that fear. And the same goes for Succubus CC, so you can kind of use Succubus CC almost like a stun. Going to be a stun to Reverence with the silence to follow. Reverence popping on Hearthstone, trying to stay alive as best as they can. Interrupt on the Shadow, second stun right after. Wall to follow, actually just CC it forever. Flesh Cut right after. That's the only thing keeping him alive right now. And Chilpa's maybe can crack through those defenses. My goodness, the Warlocks are kind of, I know they got nerfed, but damn, that was a good play of survivability. That was fantastic. That Flesh Cut at the end. Chaosbolt 1, Chilpa's could be in trouble. Second Chaosbolt does have an AMS for it. Does he have any damage to continue here? Revenant's kind of lowish on health. Needs something kind of CC for Chilpa's. Do they have a Mortal Call? Do get a Mortal Call last second. Try to see if he can turn it around with big cooldowns. Chaosbolt, Blasphemy, full CDs, double Chaosbolt. That's going to be interrupt on that for a shot on a fire. Shadow is not going to stop Chilpa's. Got himself that IBF. Revenant's making a port out of the way. And that's going to be Decimated Bolt onto the pet. Maybe he can get himself some damage. Definitely needs to go for healing. Definitely needs healing. May have to go for healing off of that pet. Has full cooldowns ready. Has to go drain life off of that goal. But there's not much life left in that thing. So there's only so much healing you get out of it. Dark Pack by Reverence, but I think Chilpa's may just have it. Trinketed that Succubus CC just so he can get that kill. That is incredible. The man did commit a lot, so he may be just down to Poe right here. Chilpa's trying to see maybe a blind Poe. Trick inside of it immediately. Chilpa's trying to see if he can walk out of the Chain of Ice onto the monk. Actually even roots him in place. He can just keep rooting him. Oh my god! He got some death advance with Flesh Scout. Didn't want to channel it for so long. Just wanted to give himself a little bit of a shield, but didn't want to let Poe touch him at all. Chippa's in trouble right now. I don't know how this man recovers. He needs a death pack. He needs every defensive available. He doesn't have a blind. He doesn't have nothing. He has a stun, a little bit of fleshy, maybe MS. Poe's gonna get stunned up on his cooldowns. Doesn't have a trigger for it. So for Chilpas, he does get a break away from there. He actually does get a break away with the remorses. That was actually so well done. Interchain by spam. This man is just controlling this guy. He's not letting him play the game at all. Literally, that's the only time I've ever seen a Frost Death control the game like this. Like, Poe left. No way. He just bailed. No way, Poe. Come on, buddy. No. Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad. But honestly, dude, I wouldn't even give... I would have done the same, honestly. Like, if I was, man, even if I was having a slightly tough day for the day, if I was having like even a little bit of a bad day, and then this happened, I would have been like, you know what? I think I'm done here. Man, I've never seen a Frost Death Knight outrun a monk, but I guess we've seen everything here in chat. Literally seen everything here. Does that count towards shield pills or no? That's one thing. Do you count that as a win towards shield pills or no? Because the guy didn't really die in combat. He bailed. But like, do you count that as like a +1 for shield pills on the tally? My UI all broke. Okay, my UI all broke. I'm so sorry about that. I can fix the UI. I'm gonna do it. You can fix the UI by doing /reload. I'm so sorry. There we go. Now we're back. Gonna be the Berserk, trying to see if he may be able to get Shilpa's low. Who's High Streaks, by the way? Is High Streaks over on the other team? Oh, it is. High Streaks. Hey, gonna be Shilpa's trying to see if they may be able to fight through Berserk, fight through the Tooth and Claw. Sounds on the Druid very quickly. In bear form, is gonna get stunned up. Does have a trick in case they want to, but while in bear form, Barskin not really feeling super pressured. Chippas did activate full cooldowns just there. Flash Scout is gonna get interrupted before the Druid even goes for the interrupt. Chippas was there for a death strike. Thorns, Barskin is up. Chippas does have MS to deal with the Thorns at the very least. The Berserk, does he have any damage? If you got any cooldowns or any kind of damage potential, this will be the time to do it. But it looks like Chilpa is able to just generate resources off of him and heal off the guy. Got himself the AMZ in case the Berserk got any magic damage. But Cycler is a Necrolord, so staying in that AMZ does help it with Moonfire, does help it with the Swarm. And Berserk, just looking for a quick re-heal while in bear form. Just looking for a quick redo. They're gonna be Chilpos trying to see if he can chain down Berserk. Slow him down in place for just a little bit. And Chilpos got himself the Lichborn, got himself at least a little bit of resources. We are 10 minutes into the duel, 32% dampener, and the man is still alive, he's still kicking. Can he somehow do it? That's going to be a stun. We're going to be a reversal into Berserk. Does trick it out of it with a silence to follow. Catches him in stun. It's going to be tricking in bear form. Barskin, but he's low in health. Is it going to be over for him? It's going to be grippy hand right after. He's going to grip it back. Oh my god. Chill pills. If 1v4, maybe 1v5, depending on how chat feels about it. My goodness, boys. Can we get a hand from my man? I got rid of the rust. I can see that. You got even nice. Oh, here you go. I was gonna say you got even a nice new shiny mog. Let's go, boys. Yo, Chill Pills playing into the dampener too. Not super high dampening, but decent amount of damp. It's a solid amount of damp. For Frost Death Knight, where they're all about healing without damp. Yeah, it adds a pressure. It definitely adds a little bit of pressure. Seavark, of course for you guy. Yes, if you check to see if you got any groups in LFG, ma'am. LFG, Raids Legacy, top number 5 at the top. And if there's any groups looking, that'd be the time to do it. Chicago, Chill Pills, let me know when you boys are ready. Yo, that was a fantastic duel, man. My goodness, well played, Chill Pills. Yeah, very well played. I love seeing a Frost DK just go in, fight against the odds. I don't know, is that Monk gonna play? Because that Monk may be bailing. It looks like Chicago does have a spot to see, like, if you want to join up. They need 2 more people, 2 more dudes. Looks like maybe that Monk might have bailed out of that one. I hope we'll see that guy some more, man. I don't want people to leave like that. I don't want people to leave like that. I don't like people leaving, man. I like you guys hanging around with everybody and having a good time. That's all I care about, man. That's all I watch Chilpos. Bro, he's insane. Chilpos didn't kill the guy physically, but definitely killed him mentally. Yeah, emotional damage. Definitely was emotional. I think the phrase of the book is emotional damage. Okay, so that's your count then, yeah? I was so scared for the Monk duel, had 40 HP. And I got one TOD away, was dying. Yeah, one TOD away, that's all he needed. But you had to play it perfectly. That Remorseful Winter on his cooldowns was perfect. I think that's where maybe the tilt started with that guy. I'm hoping we'll see that guy some more though. I'm hoping we'll see some more. If he's having a bad day, I hope he has a wonderful day the rest of the evening and tomorrow. Imagine playing Destro like the season. Chrysler, we actually had a Destro yesterday pop off, and we have Reverence popping off on Destro. Doing pretty well generally. How you doing? Yeah, Destro is in a weird spot. What are your thoughts on Destro going into Dragonflight though? What are your thoughts on your talents? What do you think? Talents of Destro specifically, but also class sounds as well. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening, Chrysler. We missed my guy. Hopefully see you over on more in SL, yeah? Or DF. SL. 5 for Chicago, let's go. Looks like Night King is looking for a +1. Yep, Night King is looking for a 1 more in the queue. Did you see that 10K dual tourney? I did not know. I didn't, but I saw your tweet. I didn't watch it, but I saw your tweet about it. Yeah, and you tagged Zara, you tagged it was super cool. Hell yeah. Did you win? Were you the winner at the end? Or because you said take Infilimium and participate. It was enjoyable. But who won? Super cool. Yeah, I wish I watched it. Nike Chicago ready? Let's go, boys. I didn't win Naj did. Yeah, Rogues, man. Rogues, am I right? Peter Farrell trolling and then trolled in the last second round. All good, my guy. All good. We practice duels here all the time, man. We know that Arcane Mage has a lot of counters. Like if you played Fire, maybe they'll be a little bit easier, but Arcane Mage is a spec we all know. Everyone freaked out when I beat the Feral though. It was the most viewed part of the tourney. Let's go, dude. Yeah, dude, Seamark. Thank goodness you keep coming to these duels, punishing yourself against all the Pharaohs that we have in these duels. Because Pharaohs are pretty common over here, man. I'm pretty sure you were going in season, practice, tilt, gone, disabled. Literally disabled tilt IRL, man. Not one. Yeah, rogues are incredible. I guess I gotta go watch the tourney at some point then, yeah? See how these boys do. I wonder how much cheese was there in those duels, man. Was that like a lot of rogue reset, just wait for cooldowns kind of stuff? Because I don't really know how they do it. Because in 5v5 duels arena, like sometimes you get rogues doing full cheesy, but like sometimes you don't. Nah, it was all pretty fast. Okay. I see. I guess with rogues and how much damage they do, they don't really need any cheesy resets nowadays, do they? That's cool though. Just go in, pop all the cooldowns, see who wins. That's awesome. Alright, let me, I saved that, yeah? I did. Alright, boys, let's do this. So Twitch. We got us first up is going to be XBD as an Outlaw Rogue versus X-Spam. The man already opens up with a whirlwind into a Blade Storm, a very aggressive opener. Going to be the Rogue trying to see if he can pistol shot him down. Immediate frenzy regen by the Warrior. Evasion by the Rogue trying to deny the Warrior any kind of healing into it. Trinket Acid gets it with a fear. X-Spam got him some banner. As soon as the Rogue's evasion is gone, X-Spam should be able to blast him out. Doesn't go for a quick disarm. The Rogue can't really go for a shadow step or anything. X-Spam may be in a bit of a trouble unless he goes for a full flush cap. Does he have a flush cap right here? He has a trinket, no health whatsoever. He's definitely gonna have to make a play. Got himself a bit of a rallying cry. But there's not a lot of ways for him to heal right now. All he can really do is wait for XBD to come out. But the man is just going to wait until your rallying cry falls off. Unless you fire them by leaping on top of him like an absolute Chad, sniping a few heals off the Rogue. Get it with a kidney shot trick, and immediately the Rogue can go for a blind. Has that CC utility. Is going to go for the blind. Full reset. Wait, maybe running too fast. Running too early. Oh, I guess he can't really sap X-Spam, can he? I guess that makes sense actually to run away. Whirlwind almost gets him, but the Rogue does juke to the left into the sap as the man does fall down to the ground off the bridge. It's going to be really down to X-Spam. He has a human racial, but he won't be able to stop this next opener go. The Rogue opens up with an ambush. This is where X-Spam needs to make a play. Get a shot by the Rogue. Cannot go for the bursty play. He's an Owl Rogue, so it takes him a little bit. But he definitely will have a lot of good sustained damage. Disarm onto the Rogue immediately. Blaze Storm X-Spam does activate Avatar. Potentially could be good damage for him. But it's going to be, I believe, an evasion out of the Rogue. X-Spam is kind of limited on what he can do versus the Rogue. Does pop in Rage Regeneration. Can't really heal the Rogue either, though. Unless he can maybe hit him with a fear. Going to be big hits by the Rogue. Got himself the Kyrian Burst. Is going to be quite a bit of damage. Ramping up versus the Warrior. But a quick fear does stop him in place. XPM trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Just trying to lightly bloodthirst off the rogue without breaking his CC. Gonna be XPM with some cooldowns, XPD with a vanish. And that's gonna be a full flash cut for XPM. If the rogue wants to, he could go to interrupted. But XPM, at least get some sort of healing. You're not playing Merileth, I'm noticing. Are ya? What are you playing then? Is it Earmere? They're playing for the crit executed damage? He may be. Gonna be a stun launch. XPM could be in trouble. Gouge for the rogue. That's of his Rage is gonna be able to catch up and get himself a quick impending victory. As XPD trying to see maybe go for a bit of a juke. Does get a juke with a grapple. Does the warrior have a leap? He does have a leap to reconnect blind right after. Man, this guy is playing to cooldown reduction. Heavy cooldown reduction as the cooldowns come up by the warrior. It's gonna be honestly a battle of wits, battle of endurance, and a battle of patience for this warrior and the rogue. Gonna be Bladestorm actually kind of chipping away from the rogue, tricking by the warrior, trying to see if he can get out of the stun. Gonna be the rogue actually kind of low, but that evasion is gonna keep him safe and rolling. And the Brawn, however, is going to give XPM something to hit. You can hit and heal off of that Brawn, but it looks like he's just focusing on the rogue. Barely health going anywhere. The rogue trying to see if he can back up out of there. Charged by the warrior. That's going to be advantaged by the rogue unless you just randomly leap on him. I don't think you find him. No, you are playing Merileth. Okay, never mind. You are. I didn't really see like much of a heal after that flush scout. But I guess I was pretty wrong. Going to be a leap by XSpam. XBD with a kidney shot. There's nothing. Unless this man can trick him, but he may be on cooldown from the human racial, and it looks like it is. XBD does end up taking him out. With it looks like Alpha's potentially going up next. On the team one, we also got Pace. We also got ourselves Chicago. We got ourselves my boy Seawork going back in as an Arcane mage, showing off them Arcane buffs. Alpha's trying to see if we can snip the rogue out. Over for the team two, we got ourselves Weatherman, we got ourselves Shifter X, we got ourselves Ori, and we got ourselves Chill Pills. It is good old. I like this mog too. I feel like honestly, you probably should have stuck around with a Casanathri mog just because you got a win out of that one. And I feel like it's almost like it's a lucky mog. Well, it plays. Yeah, I mean, he is trying to play it very, very carefully, isn't he? He is trying to play it very, very like avoidance heavy. He's trying to avoid the combat more than anything. Playing it very, very sustained, but not really. I think it's very cool in reduction, isn't he? But it could be wrong though. Vanish out of the rogue. Is trying to see if he can back up out of there. Axis Spam comes back in, I think, just so you can watch the duels. But looks like he's gonna just go to the back of the arena. He's gonna chill. Alfred's finding himself kind of lowish on health. So is the rogue. The rogue is still willing to open up versus the. What is the damage? What'd you just hit him with? Was that a fatty pistol shot onto the? Huh? XBD just popped off damage out of nowhere. Looks like maybe both of them kind of low. All of a sudden, XBD was kind of lower health than the Alphas. And then all of a sudden just pop. And now it's just like their health bar switched with the Rogue at a higher health, the Death Knight at a lower. And the Death Knight is kind of like behind now. Interesting. Okay, who's going to be next? It's going to be Pace. They're sending out a sub-rogue to try to see if they can lock down this outlaw. Trying to see if you can find him. XBD does go for some pickup. I've noticed that you can go for some pickup while on stealth. I was pretty sure that breaks you out of stealth, but I guess maybe they changed it at some point. That or was something else. Maybe it's not another buff. Going to be the Kyrian Burst out of XBD. Maybe trying to go for a kidney shot. Does land the kidney off of a cheap shot. Versus Space. Trying to go for a bit of pistol shots. Going to be immediate to storm onto the Outlaw Rogue. As Space trying to see if he can build up scone points, but it's going to be advantaged by the Outlaw. Is he going to try to keep Pace in combat or just let him be? He's just going to keep him controlled. He's not trying to keep him in combat necessarily, but he's trying to keep him controlled. He's not going to be able to go cheap shot opener immediately. Basically, he's trying to build up comp points. I think he has to go versus XBD. Trying to see if he can lock him down with the Resonator. XBD does go for a blind. Pace, does he choose to trinket it? He chooses not to. He decides to play it very, very safe, but XBD breaks up blind, which is super unfortunate. Does charge over to him. Get a shot. Pace could potentially trinket. XBD just trying to see if he can get some damage. Pace feeling like he's not going to take that much damage from the Owl, though, unless he somehow just randomly bursts him. XBD with a blind. Unless Pace messes up his go right here, I think the sub-rogue should have it. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't get the stab, but he doesn't get the kidney shot. And that's going to be back-to-back massive eviscerates out of the sub-rogue. Cheap shot right after, trying to go for the gouge, but couldn't quite do it. Flag of ownership, that guy. That's very aggressive, but okay. I'll take it. Going to be a shift up next, playing a Boomkin, trying to see if he can find the rogue before the rogue gets himself any kind of recovery. This Boomkin is trying to be super aggressive here. Necrolord Boomy, he got himself plenty of dot damage. And it's just going to go... travel form, trying to see if he can get on top of the rogue. The rogue immediately sits down for food as soon as he lands a sapling to Shifter. Trying to see if he can keep the control going. Does recover all the health though, so for Shifter, it's going to be a little bit of a catch-22 situation. Now he's got to get the rogue low, but he's got to pop all the CDs. But now the Rogue also is going to be popping into his own, and the Rogue got himself a full reset. He kind of had to like, the biggest problem is you had to get aggressive with the Rogue, but then you bump yourself up to a sap, and it's like you had to get aggressive, or the Rogue is going to reset, or you just hang back, and the Rogue is going to reset. That's what I really meant when I want to say Cash 22. My brain just turned off at some point. What is your tabard, by the way? Looks fantastic. What is that? Oh, it looks really good. Does that mean it's a Pandaria? That may be. That's a fantastic looking tabard, though. Shifter trying to see if he can get some dots on the pace, but he can't quite catch him. He can't keep up with his pace of movement. Bash onto pace does immediately trick him with a cheap shot onto Shifter. Got himself some damage. It's going to be no Shadow Blades just yet. Still quite a bit of damage on those eviscerates, but no Shadow Blades, no Resonator, so he doesn't really have the punchy go just yet. But hopefully sometime soon. Shadow stepping past Shifter, trying to see if he can avoid him. And Shifter charging back at him with some Raz. Going to be immediate interrupt on the nature cast. Actually, it doesn't even give him a chance to get a cast at all. Gonna be finally an Eclipse available for Shifter. Got himself a couple star surges. Base could be in a bit of trouble. Shifter's kind of low in health too. Base kind of rotten down to the dots. Barsking for Shifter may be enough. Into a cheap shot after. This is what Base used to make a play trick and on Shifter the last second. Doesn't get the dots of the Base. Trying to see if he can get him rooted. The Moonfry, Sunfry trying to work, but the Clock of Shadows does keep him alive here. Into a blind onto Shifter X. Unless this man can catch up to Pace immediately. I think it could be really down to the Rogue to control the duel. Shifter isn't bare from, so at least he's probably in the best position of his life. But that Resonator not looking all that healthy. That thing is going to explode right next to you while you're low in health. Oh, no. Bare form could stop it. Immediate sap of the Weatherman. Doesn't even give him a chance to even approach him. Just walking out, immediately taking that Shadow Dance that you just used to burst down Shifter into a sap of the Weatherman. It's like, hold up. I got to give myself a quick resetting. Pace not giving these boys a chance. Weatherman picking up the eyes, trying to be proactive here. He's playing Oryx, so he should be less susceptible to stuns. He should be pretty survivable here. So Pace is going to have to go for a full kidney shot. A cheap shot and kidney shot is going to be feeling a little bit awkward. But it may give Weatherman an opportunity to survive here. He is playing a Monk and they do go down in the stun. But the also can lock down a Rogue in a stun. It's going to be able to get the in-cap. Lexium, no chicken available. That's where I think you just go in all the way. And that's going to be mad kick on a Weatherman. If you don't got a trinket, a Monk is going to one-shot you. But if also you don't got a trinket, the Rogue is going to one-shot you. It's such a one-shot in meta, man. I love how fast Shadowlands PvP has been. Oh my god, fast paced, but that's way too fast. What is going on? Chicago getting blasted. Mad Ascendance onto Weatherman. Got himself the Karma. Chicago needs to go for as much self healing as possible. Got himself the Earth Elemental. Do they have any more survivability? Ascendance does fall off. Do you get a random proc of Ascendance, or was that real Ascendance just now? I was a proc of Ascendance. What kind of a build are you playing? You're playing like a multi-Ascendance build or a Stormstrike build where Stormstrike can chain. Wait a second, Chicago. Don't tell me. You're playing the Ascendance Legendary. You're literally trying to ascend on weather. So when you Storm Strike them, that wasn't you bursting. That was just like, oh, proc, okay. Oh, Pog, I got a proc. Now you're dead, mostly. Because you just did a lot of damage there. That's going to be Chicago trying to see if he can close the gap. Lextube, clothesline by Weatherman. Good potential trinket. May have to. Choosing not to. Decides to go for as much healing as possible. Still trying to get those Storm Strikes versus the Weatherman. One of those Storm Strikes, I think, will have a 7% chance of proccing at Ascendance, which has a little bit of nature damage around Chicago in an AoE, and transforms your Storm Strikes into Wind Strikes, which could give you a ton of burst potential. Chicago trying to see if they can maybe swing around towards Weatherman, going up the ramp, but stopping halfway through to get himself a little bit recovered. Chicago charging out right at him, actually even overshooting it a little bit. He went so fast, he overshot it by a hair. Also like your Mog, by the way. That set looks pretty good. Bit of that Mr. Pandaria, bit of that BFA. I think it's Palace set. Fist of Fury flying by Weatherman. That's going to be mad. Chain hovers by Chicago with an Ascendance. Is it a real Ascendance or a proc? Otherwise, Weatherman is kind of low in health. Was it a real burst out of Chicago or was it not? Actually, I think it just procs. He literally just got another procs, just hitting those images. It's going to be Wind Strikes towards Weatherman. Trinkets out of it, but it's a Karma. Has to be very, very careful with that Karma or just commit. He either has to be careful with the Karma or just commit. It looks like he's just committing. Chicago is in full Ascendance. I think that was actually cooldown that time around. Flash got around the corner, trying to see if they can interrupt it. Not letting Weatherman recover. That Festifuri is slowing him down for a little bit. Ghost is charging out as the Zuwen joins the fight. Both of them have pets. Chicago gets an incredible amount of resources right now. They're just kind of low on mana, so they are a little bit need to be a little bit careful when fighting Weatherman. No mana whatsoever. Weatherman does get a fatty kick, but Lightning Bolt does get him very, very low. Weatherman trying to set up a port in case he wants to give himself an escape opportunity. Chicago chase after Weatherman most likely is going to expect the port, and Weatherman looking for a full recovery, spending all his energy just to give himself as much healing as possible. Is going to continue to run away from Chicago. Next lockdown with an in-cap Lexu could be very, very deadly. Next sphere could be even deadly. Chicago trying to see if maybe they can fight right through Weatherman. It's going to go for a big Lightning Bolt Zaps, trying to go for a Thunder. It's going to keep the Flame Shock rolling. Maybe when Frost Shock does get to slow him down. Dora Shadows to reposition towards Weather. Lexu is available for the Monk, so after this in-cap, if he goes in with a Lexu, Chicago could be in trouble. Unless they can somehow predict the damage, predict the pressure. Lexi onto Chicago. Images are up. Unless he doesn't get a crit proc. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as long as he gets crit, he's fine. Oh, that burst. Chicago. Seawork. Oh my. Huh? Why did the man just get a fat crit onto Seawork? What was that? Images and a rising sun kick. That's all it took. Are you kidding me? Seawork got himself the all time. Literally had to ice block really early. What was that kick? I don't understand. Seawork just gonna have to play it a little bit careful now. He's gonna cancel out his all the time. Weatherman recovered all the health. I literally tried to help him and I got griefed. Yeah, apparently. Maybe we're trying to give him like an honor duel, I guess, with a poly. I think it was, yeah. I think we're trying to polymorph him and then give him like a full reset. Technically, it would have been a full reset. But yeah, I guess you were trying to like just get a CC on him, but not trying to like already start in combat. But that's down ice block immediately. All the time for the Arcane Mage. Fist of Fear flying for Weatherman. Trying to see if he can go for a big kick. So the Seawork does get those big kicks. Seawork having to go for an invis immediately. That's going to be maybe too far of a roll for Weatherman. Does miss his interrupt. Going to be immediate poly by Seawork. Unless Weatherman goes for Tricket. Chooses to Tricket. That's going to be a port right next to Seawork. It's going to be a blink out of the Lexi. Oh my god. Weatherman is so aggressive. That's crazy. Going to be a repolish by Seawork. Just trying to maybe slow down Weatherman. Maybe get himself a bit of recovery. Zoen joining in the fight. That's not going to be great for this mage. Got roots under Weatherman with slows, permanent slows. That jab is going to help him reconnect the big blink as soon as he gets himself all the time. Mad damage. Weatherman does go for a karma, but I think is it on Seawork. It does go on Seawork. Potentially could be a fatty touch of the magic maybe still. Could there be? Touch of the magic slams down, but I think it mostly does damage to Seawork actually. That karma I think just kept converted damage back to Seawork the whole time. So the Arcane Mage may be in a bit of trouble. In cap, I think it may be over. Oh, and big kick. Oh, touch of death through the shield. Oh, God. Okay. Apparently, Weatherman just came in and just popped off. All right. That man wanted out for blood. This auto loss from griefing me. Yeah, it's all good. I think we just tried to walk up and go on Polynor thinking of a proper duel, but then he got you an interrupt and started burst, and it's like, wait a second. I wasn't prepared to actually start fighting. I'm trying to give you an honor duel. Alright, so when fighting against that guy, maybe like giving him some space. That guy's just really, really aggressive. Hopping the gun. Alright, let's get another duel going, boys. Let me know if you guys are ready. How many are we at now? 119? Yo, we were a little behind EU, but I think not anymore. I think not anymore, and they caught all the way up. I killed him in our zone doing Seawork Weather's duel and just stood back and started dancing. I did see it, yeah, but I imagine XC Spam revived himself, but I don't think he was actually going to play chilled. Yeah, I'm not a big... It's confusing when people just revive themselves. I didn't see him revive, but I think he went to the back of the arena. I think he just wanted to hang around with the boys and chill, just keep talking and running and stuff. I don't think he was actually going to play after Seawork if like he wasn't killed. How do you revive himself as a warrior in arena? I think you do I think it's like a DC thing you do. Right, you have to like DC out of the arena, maybe like Alt F4 and come back, and then it's like pulls you back in. I have no idea. I think somebody figured it out a while ago. All is fair in love and Warcraft. True. A new challenge should give the winner a chance to heal up and cooldowns before. True. I do appreciate when people go for honor duels. Scope. I definitely do appreciate it. They're not necessary for 5V5 1v1 duels. It looked like he was using the item and got back up. Oh, did he? If there is an item, I'd like to know what the item is. If there is an actual item, that would be interesting. I think it is DC. All you do is log back in. Yeah, I think that's all you have to do. But I don't think he was actually going to end up like playing. I think he was just going to chill. Yo, we got Night King, my man, Chill Pills. Looking for a couple of boys. Where are you queuing these groups in, by the way? Are you in Raids Legacy? Or do you have it in like custom PvP? Chup, I don't know what Chup was hosting him, but he was looking somewhere, man. Yeah, I'm chilling. Yeah. I think even if you do like DC thing, like if you do like log out, log in, I don't think the duel continues. Actually, yesterday we had a duel with it's a weird situation that happened yesterday. It was Tagsy's dueling over on the EU. Okay, now the group is over in the Raids Legacy boys join up. Cross faction is included. Alliance and Horde are welcome to join my man Chill Pills. What's up, Ori? Gonna eat dinner later, boys. Thanks so much for coming by, Ori. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks so much, guys. Super fun watching ya. Yeah, it still ends if I revive and stuff. Yeah, so the duel ends. Like yesterday, it was I think Gloosh was having some kind of issues, so they decided to relog because he logged out, logged in while he's in the dueling arena. And it's Tagsy playing, right? Tagsy beat one rogue, he beat another guy, he fought the last dude. There was supposed to be a 4-man team with Gloosh, but then the duel ended after Tagsy got 3 kills. We're all confused, like, wait, huh? Because Gloosh didn't get a chance to play, but the game ended. But the game, I guess, kind of treats him like he's dead anyway. So as long as that person doesn't get a chance to play again, technically the game will end. So, like, I'd appreciate if you guys didn't self-res. I feel like it could get confusing for a viewer to be like, hey, why did that guy res? Was he supposed to play? What's happened? Just so to take the confusion out of the situation completely, if you can't just stay dead or maybe like float around as a ghost or whatever, if you're talking party chat, that's cool. But like actual resin, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Wob did anything wrong there. We just kind of chilled over to the side, and I'm cool with that. Out of sight, out of mind kind of deal. That 80% HP res, like I could see Rick when you could have hit that hard, but nope, no friends. I know! What is this? Well, res did get nerfed. It's weird that res got nerfed from birds while other class didn't. Here's a clip, chat. The host is freaking out. Yo, let's go. Yo. I will peep after the stream. Yo, Seaver got me the clip of the Arcane. It's literally titled Arcane Dream. Yo, that's awesome. Let's go, my guy. Hosts are freaking out. Let's go, dude. Feral Druid as an Arcane mage, like, you know, it would normally be a little bit of trouble for me. Normally, it does present a bit of a challenge. But I've been fighting Pharaohs unfairly since day 1 of last season and the season before that. I've been around the block. I know how they do. I know how they play. Oh, man. That's awesome, though. Hell yeah. Representing himself in the dueling arena. Hell yeah, my guy. That's why I've been starting these duels. That's why I've been starting these duels in the mercy for everyone, even myself. That's true. Yeah, in 5V5 1v1 Duel Arena, you don't technically need to, like, part of the rules is, like, we just have, like, an order of who goes first, who goes last. That's about it. Whether you want to give another person in a honor duel or not, it's really up to you. I think it helps, like, letting the players choose whether to give an honor duel or not, instead of making a rule, helps create a bit of a social dynamic, right? It's part of the social structure. I think it's really cool, personally. I think it's kind of neat. And I kind of want to preserve it. I think it's really awesome. See if I can, or Night King in Chicago ready? Let's go, boys. Another 5V5 1v1 on the day. Although I did get some ideas and some suggestions about doing like a duel, where the idea is you do get to basically get your full cooldowns, right? So the idea would be kind of like a requeue. Okay, Night King, Chicago, leave all queues. I'll queue in a second. 30 seconds here. But it's an idea of like, hey, so you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in each arena, yeah, in this team. So you have first 1 kill each other. After whoever wins that, they go back to the way they started. Then 2 duels each other. Whoever wins goes back. 3s duel each other. Then whoever wins goes back. 4 duel each other. 5. So basically, you have 1 person dueling back to back. So it's like a more structured, so you can go in, pop all your cooldowns, not hold anything back. I think that's part of the fun of the 5V5 1v1 Duels, is like the choice of, do I commit all the cooldowns now, knowing there's another competitor, or do I just like, do I send it, or do I just not? Do I send it just to get this guy down, knowing that the next guy may come after me, and I want to have a defensive or offensive to counter? Or do I measure myself a little bit? Do I play it a little bit slower? I think that creates an interesting dynamic. But I had the suggestion to me, like, where you basically would have first person go against one another, then you go back, then the second person go at each other, go back. The idea is you'll be able to throw all your cooldowns at each other, and you'll be able to go all out, and maybe the duel will be a very, very quick pace. Start a group menace? Yeah. I will. Wait, you calling me a menace? Maxine, are you calling me a menace? Hey, yo, start a group menace. I would be like, yo, if you said, yo, start the groups, bozo, I'll be like, oh, okay. Unless you're talking about the menace. Oh, we're talking about the menace. Oh. Yeah, why is the menace getting declined? What do I put to start one? LFG, custom PvP, Raids Legacy, if you want to make one. How'd you get, why are you getting declined? What's happening? What's going on? 5-5-1-1? Yeah. Sorry, become a menace. Yeah, honestly. No, no, me now. I was thinking for a second, like maybe me. Man, I'm checking 41k stars and plus. Yo, I gotta play some booby. With the buffs I got recently, Jake, I wonder if they actually feel pretty good to play now. I definitely gotta give it a try. Not declined. I can't invite 6+ people in these, sadly. Imagine if you could, right? Imagine if you could, like 40 versus 40 in a big old arena, like the brawl. That'd be something. All right, switch. I like the song, but I gotta make a new one happen. Alright, that'll work. Alright, boys. Switch. There we go. We got ourselves Chuppa's gonna be first up. Donning the Night King gear. Night King attire. We got us a Drunky over in the back of Survival Hunter Necrolord. We got Top Banana looking to be the top. Looking to give these boys a banana. Gonna be Tox, as well as XBD in the back with Chillpills. Maybe Chillpills not first. Maybe it's gonna be Tox. Got us all full flush cover. Looks like we'll be seeing a Fury Warrior competitor tonight, boys. Versus Axie Spam. Fury versus Fury, clashing against each other in the dueling arena. We got Maddie in the back as a Shadow Priest. We got us a Chicago on a standby. We got us a Seaverk in the back as well as Alpharus. And X-Spam just going all out. Full banner for the both of them. Into disarmament to Tox. Tox having to play a little bit defensive, it looks like. Already popped all his defensive cooldowns. While X-Spam is still holding on to his great defenses. It's going to be dropping that in Rage Regeneration. Trying to see if he can chop up Tox. Tox may be in a bit of trouble right now. Needs to spend that rage defensively, but no. X-Spam just ended up taking him out. Just overpowered the guy. I think maybe Tox use his cooldowns defensively a little too early. Going to be reflected for X-Spam. Does have a trinket. She'll be able to break out of the sun. Is going to break out of it. Fear onto Chillpills with a lich board. Oh! Does good. Chopped up. Jin using Rage Regeneration. Oh my god, Chill! What are you doing? Chicago just joined the duel. You just took that momentum, took those cooldowns, gripped them in, chopping them up. Are you kidding me? Chicago had to pop a defensive immediately. And now Chillpills down on cooldowns. And Chicago, basically, Chicago had to do it in the tail end of Chillpill's cooldown, so now it's like a loss of a little bit of that value, not applying it out in the open. What is this? Oh my goodness. Gonna be Chillpill's trying to see if he can crack the defenses of Chicago. Not gonna have cooldowns for a little bit. I like how for the weapon, the enchant is like only focused in the tip, not throughout the whole blade. I feel like that would have been such a cool enchant if it went throughout the whole blade, towards like the hilt, right? Towards the handle, but it's like only in the tip. But I mean, maybe Chillpill's out here just to give him that frosty tip, but that's all he's here to do. Got himself lots of runic power. Death Strike's able to keep himself alive. It's going to be Earth Elemental joined in. Silence on Chicago. Could be in trouble. Stun to follow. Does Chillpills have enough damage? Chicago does have a trick to break out of those shackles. It's going to be dropping down the static totem. Chillpill's trying to see if he can keep the pressure versus Chicago. He's going to group him back in. Stun short yet again. Does he have any more obliterates to follow? Chicago looking for the full reheal, and Chillpill's going to back up out of there. Got himself the IBF. Looking to play defensively. Chicago charges out. Not playing a defensive self-heal build. He got himself full damage into a big old Ascendance. Got himself the Ascendance Legendary. Brocken versus Chillpills, who immediately had to go for a blind on Chicago, sacrificing his goal, converting all his health into a nice pulp. And is going to be able to at least stabilize a little bit. Chicago with a random procs of Ascendance, though. Trouble Brocken on Chillpills with a Chain Harvest. Going to be AMS. AMZ. Chillpills trying to reverse and deny as much of that magic damage as possible. Chicago just needs to again another Ascendance. He got that Ascendance Legendary where Stormstrike has like a 7% chance to proc Ascendance. That not only does give you wind strikes, which hits from afar, all nature. But also, when you prop ascendants, you have this lightning that strikes all around you. That's incredibly powerful. Chill is gonna lock down Chicago. The sun sounds to follow. Chicago maybe in better trouble. Got himself battle match stricken. No age is stricken this time around. Gonna be Chill's continuing just to rampage through Chicago. Big obliterates, just chunky splits of ice, just absolutely just colliding against Chicago. Razor eyes slicing right through him. Got him so super low. Big Ellie blast on Chilpas. Definitely needs to go for healing. No mana whatsoever. Chilpas looking for a quick blind with a flash cap. Chicago able to recover a little bit of mana. Do they have the Maelstrom for this? They need mana. They need Maelstrom. They need Ascendance. They need anything they can get. Does get himself a little bit of healing into a big Ellie blast. Using Maelstrom. Has a lot of Maelstrom, but not enough mana to heal himself. AMS up for Chill Pills. Trying to use that AMS in order to just focus on damage on Chicago. Very not... Frost DK sustained damage is just very... like underwhelming. That's something which Blizzard would have worked on at some point. Give Death Knight a little bit more of a sustained playstyle where Obliterates could do a bit of work, a little bit of pressure, but right now they're just so cooldown heavy that for Chicago, all they can really do is just... all they can essentially do is just, as long as they survive the burst of Chill Pills, they're chilling. Big Chain Harvest, just trying to make sure they're topped off in health. Gonna be Lichborn on for Chill Pills to get himself Death Strike healing. Silence on Chicago, has a trigger for it to be able to maybe get himself a heal. No mana whatsoever, but Chill Pills still has some cooldowns. Gonna go for a Chain of Ice on Chicago. Just Death advancing out of that Shock Totem. And it's gonna be no lot of resources left for this Death Knight. Unless you got a Flesh Cup potentially. If you got a Flesh Cup, maybe you could use it. Chicago trying to see if he can door shadows over Chilpas. Gonna be Chilpas kind of moving out of there for a second. Gonna be Ghosto's charging back in. AMS for the Death Knight, trying to see if he can maybe mitigate some of the magic damage from Chicago, which is quite a lot of that Ellie Blast, Lightning Bolt, even the Ascendance damage. Quite a lot of his old magic. Chain of Ice in Chicago. Maybe Chilpas can get himself some resources. Got himself a runic weapon in order to give himself a couple more Death Strikes. Gonna be Chicago without a trinket on this go though. Chilpas could potentially have everything here. Everything. May want to drop down AMZ if you're going to be fighting Chicago. If you're going to burst Chicago, I think you may want to drop down AMZ. 50% damage reduction on magic damage is probably going to be amazing here. Drop it down AMZ. This is what Chicago should know. They don't want to fight in here. There's going to be Chilpas trying to use the AMZ to offset magic damage from Chicago and just go all in for damage. Big obliterates on Chicago. Do they have a silence to follow? Do get a silence? Maybe it could be down for Chicago. Oh, and the obliterates do go through. Oh my goodness. I swear you can even see it. You can even tell it from a third-person perspective. You can see exactly what he's sending him. Drop down AMZ so he doesn't have to worry about his own health, and he's just gonna go for as much damage as possible. Seaverk swinging around the corner. Chilpas should be aware that Mage isn't invis. Double invis for Seavark. Trying to land a poly onto Chilpas, but he does get away. Too far away, picking up the eyes, trying to see if he can find the Mage. That does give Seavark 5% more damage. That's gonna be a quick blind though, with Chilpas just building up resources. Not letting Seavark go anywhere. Man, this Chain of Eyes and the roots out of it may actually be pretty good for Chilpas. He could control Seavark quite a bit. Because Seavark does have a blink, does have ways to move, but he doesn't have ways to break out of shackles. I think blink will break out of shackles. That's about it. The poly on Chilpas does go for full Arcana Sphere with the Resonator. Trying to see if he can cheese him. Gonna be Chilpas walking out of the Resonator, but he does go for a Trinket. That is gonna be a Arcana Sphere. Booping him out of the way. Touching the magic, doing quite a bit of damage. AMS to follow. See if he got himself full damage. Trying to see maybe he can get himself a little bit of missiles. Trying not to get interrupted, but Chilpas silence onto the Mage. He got himself the Soul Shape. Plenty of mobility. Able to break the shackles. And that's gonna be shit power for some cooldown reduction. Trying to see if he can play for that big old Arcana Sphere damage build, which I do prefer the bursted nature of the Arcana Sphere. You know what? In fact, I actually like the Kyrian Arcane Arcana Sphere better. I think that's even burstier. I think the Night Phase safer. The cooldown reduction is kind of giga. Getting the crit opener onto somebody, especially like if they're full health off of a polymorph, is huge. But that Kyrian, I think, has the most amount of potential. It is so much harder to line up, though. It is infinitely harder to line up. But Chilpa's trying to see if he can maybe delay his early demise from Seavark, just trying to stay behind the pillar as best as he can. It's really up to Seavark to try to see if he can push up towards Chill Pills and lock him down. Gonna be Arcane Orb getting flown in a random direction, but I don't think it really matters that much. Seavark does have himself all the time in case he needs to reposition, does get to reposition. Chill Pills has full cooldowns ready to go, but that Nova is gonna stop him, so Chill Pills was trying to see if he could sing the full burst of the Seavark. Trying to go for a flash cut, but disrupted himself. I'm not really sure why. Maybe on purpose. Maybe trying to see if Seavark will like blink around the corner trying to interrupt it. potentially. Shifting power by Seavark, able to get himself some cooldown reduction, while Chilpa's able to vampirically siphon health from him. Touching the mage, a big Arcane sphere, got himself full cooldowns ready, could be pretty big. Missiles right after, Chilpa's gonna take a lot of damage. Amos burned through very, very quickly. Touching the mage, trying to see if he can reduce the damage of it in that AMZ. And is able to successfully do it. Seavark focusing on the pet. The canvas out for a second. Got a couple of those barrages with Shilpa's. That's going to be all the time in case he needs to. They're literally going to be able to stand next to him. Is he going to cancel it all the time? Because he knows he's right there. Is going to cancel it. Trying to see if he can maximize the range away from the Death Knight. Able to chip away at him with those missiles. That 50% missile buff is actually kind of nice. And the fact that clear casting can last a little bit longer, I think is probably pretty good for him too. But Chilpa's actually not really looking all that healthy. Having to go for that Lynchborn and then South here with Death Coils. May have to go for a Dark Pack here very, very soon. Or Death Pack. Balano to Seavark, Silence to follow, Remorseless Winter, doesn't have Remorseless, but he's just trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Gonna be Seavark with it all the time. He knows he could be interrupted here. Try to go for an interrupt on Arcane. Seavark is gonna be really, really low, but does bait out Shield Pills with a touch of the Magic Arcane Sphere. Gonna be IBF, trying to take up this damage. Can he dodge it? Is he gonna be able to? Does get hit. The missiles to follow right after. Touch of the Magic doesn't do nearly as much damage as it could. I think actually Seavark is not even running his hero set. I think normally Touch of the Magic lasts a little bit longer, but I think Seavark is maybe just running the 2-piece part of his hero set. That doesn't extend the duration of the Touch of the Magic to make it even burstier. Try to go for a bit of missiles, missing that intro. Gonna be a stunner to Seavark as he goes for a poly with that Remorseless Winter. And she'd be able to maybe get some missile damage on the Chill Pills, just chip it away at him. Those missiles just continuing to clash at him back to back. Big power, big full arcade power available for Seavark. Try to see if you get aggressive. Chill Pills is aware of the cooldown. He's playing it very, very carefully. Flash Scout to follow behind the pillar. Maybe Arcane Sphere knocks him, does a bit of damage, but doesn't do the knockback. Silence on the Seavark. Got himself the, immediately as soon as he gets hit by Silence, I love seeing the soul shape out of him immediately. Like as soon as he gets hit, he knows exactly what to do. He's expecting it in some sets. Missiles able to chip away at that Fleshcraft shield. Able to blast out the pet for a quick second here. As Seavark looking for a bit of a vacation recovery. 10 minutes in the duel, game put it pretty high. One of these two is going to come out on top at some point. Chilpa's had a limited healing, so does Seavark. As long as he got cooldowns, he should be okay. Chilpa's trying to get aggressive with Seavark, able to keep him out of those invis. It's going to be blinks for the mages, unable to really go anywhere unless he get himself another ult time or a soul shape. Seavark trying to see if maybe he gets some kind of CC on the Chilpa's. Does go for a blink, but there goes his mobility. Does get him hit with a full poly. I don't know if the man had Lynchborn or not, but Seavark trying to see if he can CC him. He's not going aggressive just yet. He's going to spend the procs of missiles, but he's not really going to go for full burst damage just yet. Arcane Sphere got him rooted. Nothing he can do. Maybe full cooldowns. Does try to see if he can get some big damage in. AMS out for the Death Knight. Does have AMZ holding on to it. Got himself some damage rolling. Going to be ult time for Seavark. Expect that he's going to take a lot of damage. Trying to get interrupted on Arcane. Wait, Silence. Ice Block has to. Ice Block. He literally had to Ice Block. If he gets interrupted on Arcane, that means he can't activate his ult time again. That puts him in a tight spot. Wow. That's actually so much defensive just gone. As soon as he gets interrupted on Arcane, you're trying to ult the time. And if you get locked down on Arcane, you can't ult the time. That's weird. I feel like that maybe should be changed in the future so you can get aggressive. But man, it's a weird interaction. Gonna be resonating around the corner. Triples just had to take it. Not much you can really do about it. Gonna be Arcane Orb as well. Did not have Arcane Sphere. I like that he got that resonator though. Just adding that a bit of cheese burst in there. Arcane Sphere getting loaded. Does he hit? Does he aim it? Looks like he tries to go through the tombstone, but angled it a little to the right. Triples was walking that direction. But then he kind of veered left at the last second. Touching Magic, trying to get us out by the Arcane Mage. Shilpa's not with a lot of health at all right now though, so he could be in a bit of a trouble. Bit of a tight spot. Blind on Seavark is probably going to go for a full Remorseless Winter. I think he knows that Seavark is going to go for a blink. Silence before he can go anywhere. Definitely going to try to blink as soon as he can. Grip back on the Seavark. Maybe get another stun. Shouldn't power get interrupted. Seavark could be in big trouble. Does give himself a little bit of health. Stun right after. And Shilpa just runs right over him. Maddie as well as Alpharus are up next. 12 minutes into the duel, 45% dampener, boys. Literally so unfair. Dude, I do think for Arcane Mage, the Frost DK is a bit of a counter. The AMS, IBF, grip, grippy hand, ranged interrupt. I mean, and the burst damage too. It's a bit of rough, man. Especially in that stun lockdown silence combo. It is really, really tough. Not gonna lie. It's like, the duel just eventually die. A bit of a counter. Yes, Chrysler, it's a little bit of a counter. That's the words I'm gonna use here. It's a little bit of a counter. Chrysler instead of this jig. Super juked 49 kicks out of 40 and lost anyway. That was true, yeah. That is true. Hopefully in drag, but I mean at this point, man, like I don't even know what they could do with arcane mages. All they could think of is maybe like buff their damage some more, buff their defensiveness, or at this point everybody's waiting for Dragonfight though, right? Actually unreal. Oh my god. Junkyard Workshop under 5 minutes, runs into Boom and Judo. Both great parts, 3 spells going haze. Huge damage. Let's go. I gotta try it myself. Yo, Jake, I gotta try the haze buff too. Shilpas versus Alpha is gonna be immediate AMS. Immediately trinket out of the Alphas. You got himself a big ripping hand, short stun, double stun on Shilpas with an AMS who follows the trinkets out of those shackles. Trying to see if he can break out of those stunning defenses. That's gonna be blind onto the Unholy Death Knight, but the Frosty is surrounded by the Army of the Dead. Unless he can just take him out right now, he will be in trouble. Fleshcap trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Last second, Fleshcap gets the drone, but does give himself a little bit of healing. Death Pact available. May have to use it. Does make the pact with death itself. Needs to wait out until he gets CC versus Alphas. 30 seconds. Can Chilpas wait out 30 seconds? He may need to use IBF, AMZ, all those defenses extremely early in case he wants to try to win this. 20 seconds on that Pillar of Frost. Can he wait long enough? Try to see if he can slow down Alphas as well as the pet. Lichborn available, so he does get himself a little bit of that death call spam. So he may be actually kind of okay. Alphas around the corner, has to sacrifice the pet, summon a new one. Flashcard that's going to be in trouble, but Chilpas trying to control the situation as best as he can. May have to IBF at full defenses here. IBF to break out of the stun. Sounds on the Chilpas, cannot drop down AMZ. Trying to see if he can get a stun to Alphas. Is going to be able to get a stun with a grippy hand. Trying to see if he can be one-shot right here. Oh my god. Silence right after, and it's just going to take that momentum into Maddie, who got himself greater fade immediately. But it's still going to be obliterated, just ramping right through him. Oh my god! The Frost DK just took that momentum and carried it into the next guy. 1.9 million healing. My goodness. Death Knights. I was gonna say looking kind of good, but honestly, like I don't see a lot of Frost D. Again, I'm gonna need to check back that statement. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Last time I looked, Frost Death Knight wasn't the meta spec for PvP. Maybe just Chilpas make him look easy. Unless all of a sudden they became the meta and I just have been out of the loop. I need to go back and check. He has no chill. He has all the chill in the world, dude. He is literally the embodiment of chill. He has all the chill. In fact, I think it's a wrong statement. You gotta say he's all the chill. But you can't act like running all game spam alters anything less infuriating. All the time I also like all the time as a mechanic. Double Altar Arcane is super broken. That's true. It's pretty nuts, isn't it? But everybody's playing like all the broken builds. It's because that's essentially all you can do. All you are able to do. Just play everything that is the strongest build for your class at this point. I'm hoping that what are your thoughts, Seawork, on the Arcane Mage MS, by the way? Do you think that would have helped here? Whenever you chill or slow somebody? That would have been something. It's Frost DK. Frost DK design pretty bad too. Yeah, Frost Death Knight right now don't have like any sustained damage. They're very much burst oriented. You're literally only useful around your 1 minute, it looks like. It feels like Chilpas, anytime he's doing damage outside of his cooldowns, it just tickles. Inside of cooldowns, it's like, oh, actually makes a play. Okay, cool. That arcane design? Yeah. It's dumb, but it's fun. It's crazy. That kind of true? Kinda, yeah. It's only Frost, I think. Is it only Frost? I thought it was any spec. It's lucky he didn't roll on hold and hold his bigger magic shields. I think they do they may, I don't even know. Do they actually hold on, wait. Do they? Oh, Chicago and Night King. Let me know when your boys are ready. Let's get some more duels up and running, yeah? Do you and Holy actually have better shields? You just end this discussion roller grid that works the most infuriating. True. Like we should be talking about like arcane mages are not that infuriating. There's not a lot of them. If they would be like that good, there would be seeing a lot more of them. They have some niches. They can be good. Frost Death Knights, as far as I understand, unless the meta has changed, Frost Death Knight is less popular than Unholy. Like, but Chilpas plays it really, really well. Just that matchup definitely was not favorable for Arcane Mage. I mean, it's a Death Knight. You got grips, you got range interrupt, you got AMS, AMZ, IBF. You got Death's Advance, so like there's actually quite a lot of tools. It's very similar to like a Mage versus Shaman. Shaman has a lot of tools to like counter that class, but it's just like a game thing, you know? GK's a garbage into melees and gods into casters. I do agree with you to some degree on that. Yes, that's bad design if you ask me. Yeah, I do think that that should be like more of a choice. Like you should be able to build your Death Knight against one or the other. But like, get naturally good, be naturally good against magical, but naturally bad against physical. I don't know. I don't think that's always been like a Death Knight thing though either, right? Death Knights were tankier before. I'm sure. I said, but most of the classes work anyway, including my own. Sure. If you think I one of the game, kill you, no, it's over. If you build on playing and can't kill a DK, you need to be Venti 100%. That's true. Yeah, maybe potentially. Venti is just there's two builds for Arcane. There's like the Venti build, there's the Knife build, but there's no like one build fits all build either. Right? It all depends on the situation. Which kind of blows actually. Am I wearing the shirt backwards by the way? I just realized chat I'm wearing the shirt backwards. My day has started off good. But it's like it's one of those things where both builds are good depending on the situation. I guess Venti would be a little bit less good in like a 2v3 setting, but it can be good too though. It's just a question of does the mirrors always get dispelled? If he does, then yeah. Just really build for any other fight? Yeah. True. Unable to name it? The group? Yo, Menace, maybe you could join one of these groups at some point, yeah? Night King in Chicago, ready to go. Hopefully, don't give me 12 on. Down Sewers, yeah! Yeah, boy! I'll take the Down Sewers any day. But the 12 on Arena. 12 Arena. Alrighty, boys, let's get ourselves another wonderful duel for the day. Boys, give it your best shot. Shake off. That game never happened. The last game never happened. Don't worry about it. Just get back into here. Back to this arena and show them what you made out, boys. Just build for any other person. See, like I feel like Arcane mages just have two builds that are just specifically different, right? Night Fae and Venthyr. They don't play too differently. Like you're still gonna be missile, but like they're built different enough where it's like, man, one's really good in one matchup, one is really good in the other. It's almost like whenever you queue for arena, it's like, man, I wish you could switch your Covenant midway. That'd be kind of nice. Arcane is also fun in arena now. Is there actually? It's actually heavily fell off in 1v1s. Okay, yeah, I see that. I can see that. But the game is not balanced around 1v1s, which is sad. Maybe one day. So Twitch. Gonna be Alpha's over for the team one. We got Seavark on the standby in the back. We got X Spam not going first this time. Maddie in the back. We're gonna have Chicago first out versus Top Banana, who never got to play last game. Playing up some Arcane, got himself a shield rolling, but Chicago could just strip all of his defenses. Gonna be going for that Venti, got himself the board with a polymer, missiles on the shield, another polymer on Chicago potentially. Maybe it looks like he's just gonna back up out of there. Over on the team, we got us his Tox in the back, we got us his XBD, we got us his Drunky, and we got us his Shield Pills, swapping up Mogs again. Just literally playing Fast Craft right now. Literally a new Mog every arena. Which works out for me, man. Because it's a Shield Pills 1v5 moment. Which would be what, the third one tonight or something? Something like that. At least I got a different thumbnail mug. I doubt that's he's looking at it. Gonna be a quick interrupt on to Top Banana, trying to get himself the Mirrors of Torment playstyle. We know that he's a Venthyr. If he can get those Mirrors of Torment, does establish him onto Chicago. If he forces Chicago to get some cast off, could be pretty bad. Chicago take a loss of damage now in that touch of magic. Absolutely just getting rampage riddled with missiles. Does touch of magic do a lot of damage? Silence could be really bad. Does go for a Sumter. That's gonna be more missiles, but the wall is still out for Chicago. How do you wall while silence, by the way? Does wall not care for silence? For Shaman all the time? Gonna use it immediately to get himself a little bit of healing and survivability. Top Banana trying to keep the pressure rolling with Chicago. But he's probably gonna have to wait until next set of cooldowns. May have to go for an Ice Buck here. Had himself some fantastic burst. May have to use that burst a little bit early if possible. Does establish images. And Kia's gonna go for an Invis in order to get himself a little bit of food from that Earth Elemental. Earth at least gotta get a little confused. Started walking towards Maddie there for a second. Top Banana trying to see if he may be able to kite out Chicago. Again, just being out in the open with an enhancement shaman is tough, man. There's gonna be a stone capacitor thrown next to a trinket side of it, trying not to get interrupted as best as he can. That's gonna be a little bit of that temporal, but I think Chicago trying to see if he can remove it. Wasn't quite able to. Big lightning was to the top, and Top having to go for Ice Block. Looking very, very unhappy. I don't blame him though. Chicago just got himself such a good advantage position versus Top, able to recover quite a little bit, does not have the cooldown reduction Night Fae build. So he's not going to have nearly the same amount of defenses, but he basically just has to have himself the biggest possible go with the Mirrors of Torment. Wait, how do you, are you Shimmer? I think this man is literally Shimmer. I don't think I've ever seen an Arcane Mage, or at least in a while, Play Shimmer. I think most mages nowadays have proper blink, which is kind of nuts. Sundered by Chicago. Eventually, after using so many abilities, he's going to get rooted. That is going to give Top Banana a lot of missile procs. Going to be a silence on the Chicago. Do they have any interrupts? Going to be big blasters on the Chicago. Trying to see if he can riddle him with missiles. No interrupt for a second. Chicago holding on to the interrupt until later. It's going to be even more missiles. Big damage to Chicago. Do they have a wall for this one? They have a wall in case they want to. That your magic could be big. Potentially doesn't go big. It does do a little bit of damage. Top Banana finds himself super low. Trying to go for a polymer for Chicago as they figure out that they can't quite break through defenses and immediately needs to go for food. Man, that is intense, dude. Every time this mage goes in for full burst, it just gets so intense, but I don't know if he can do it here. I'm hoping, I'm praying that this man gets himself a proper go, trying to auto-attack a totem here. I'm hoping that the Arcane mage actually gets himself a proper play, but it looks like maybe, potentially, a shaman is just too big of a counter for an Arcane mage. Because it is rough. You only got one useful school spell, which is Arcane. I mean, you got Frost, you got a little bit of Fire, but like it's very utilitarian. And if you get locked down on Arcane, that's your CC gone, that's your crowd controller gone, that's your partial survivability gone, mobility gone. Like a lot of things are locked out when you get locked down on Arcane. Top Banana does get missiles on Chicago. That is going to give Top Banana a little bit of resources, but the dots on the Flame Shark and the Ghost Raptors just send him over the edge. Not playing that Night Fate means you have less cooldown reduction. Super unfortunate, but Chicago does end up taking him out. Looks like maybe Drunk is going to be up next, setting up a Flesh Cap. Wall and Camo ready to go versus Chicago. Chicago is just going to have to wait out for them traps around the corner, try to catch up with food as soon as they can. 4 minutes into this duel, going to be dampening, rolling up very early here, boys. Was a stun onto Chicago. Got himself a pre-wall ready to go into static totem onto Drunky. Keeping him in place. Not focusing on killing totem, but does end up dodging the capacitor totem, however. Drunky trying to keep the dots rolling, trying to cut out Chicago. Big chain harvest. Chicago's able to turn the damage around. Got himself full re-heal. While Drunky's kind of lowish on health. That's going to be Ghost Raptors joining in, giving Chicago plenty of maelstrom. Trying to see if he can turn the attention onto the pets. Is Chicago still playing the I guess my question is Chicago still playing that Ascendance Legendary? Can it be Diamond Ice out of Drunky? So whenever Chicago gets hit with a freeze, Drunky can't even break it. I wonder if that's good in arenas. I guess it does give you, I guess, control over the enemy, right? You're going to freeze them. There's no healing that they can get, no damage they can get. You're making sure they get a guaranteed freeze. So that could be pretty good there. Death Shark and Ripper right to Chicago. Double Explosive does get a Diamond Ice, making sure Chicago can't go anywhere, making sure nothing breaks that CC. But I guess that can be kind of advantageous. Turtle Shuffle Drunky really early. Stun on Chicago does not have a trinket. So it's really going to be down to Drunky. Can they get any kind of damage? Trying to get whatever damage they can. But kind of got himself in the corner there, trying to see if he can juke around Chicago. Quick feint death for a second. The pet does get a Flame Shark on it, so Drunky can't go for a camo. Trying to drop down some traps, but Chicago decides to 1 global or 2, and Drunky I think is down for the count. I'm wondering what kind of a legend Chicago is rolling. Drunky does get another freeze. Is the best to have a down on it. Maybe can get a camo. Trying to go for a camo, but the project gets you out in the open. I think a Flame Shark's still rolling on you. Trying to get some dots from Chicago. That's going to be another flame. And maybe the Kevin Slime gives you a shield long enough to survive this. Looks like Kevin Slime does give you a little bit of survivability. This is where Drunky is going to go for a bit of a feint death. I think Chicago may not be running a Sentence Legendary this time. I think maybe they're running the Ghost of one. Freezing Trap right as they're trying to approach Drunky. Unable to really do much. Maybe this is where the Hunter gets himself a proper reset and maybe gets himself a proper camo. But it doesn't look like it. Trying to see. Is Chicago... I'm not seeing the Ghost Wolves really get a cooldown reduction, so maybe you are still Ascendance Legendary. It just hasn't procced so far at all. Stun in Chicago. Drunky able to actually get quite a bit of damage. It looks like he's starting to turn around a little bit. Or should I go? Is that what it is? Okay, that may be it actually. I didn't even realize. That's a Lego know what a lot of people run nowadays. And Chicago goes in for a quick Storm Strike, just uppercuts the boy with chill pills rolling in. This is where Chicago trying to play it very defensive, trying to drop this static totem. Gonna be trinket by Chicago with a wall as chill pills got all cooldowns rolling in. Does get a stun onto chill pills with a capacitor, with chill pills solely focused in on the shaman. Wasn't quite aware that his capacitor totem standing right next to him, sunders him, shocks his system, and prevents the burst from continuing any longer. Chicago was able to avoid him. Next minute, well, actually, rather in the next 35 seconds, because it's going to be another set of bursts. Every single time a silence, or rather a blind until a stun comes out for chill pills, that's how you know there's going to be quite a bit of bursts out of this Frost Death Knight. Chicago tried to see if he could catch up to him. Got plenty of opportunity, plenty of pressure. Earth Element to join in. That's going to be Chain of Ice back-to-back spam, but Chilp was able to use the Chain of Ice around these boxes to keep the Shaman at bay. And maybe that's what they will do. Literally he's literally done this for 30 seconds. I'm actually getting, my head is spinning. Because you guys have been running circles around these boxes this whole time. Literally, Chicago just gotta stop. Like, you know what? I'm just getting caught around these boxes. They're in Ghost Wolf. Got a lot of the damage in the world, all the mobility. Maybe DC'd? No, hopefully not. Stun Chicago. Do they just go down? Grippy hand out of Chilpas. Does Chicago survive the silence as the goo get him for a battle match? Chicken Sunder on Chilpas. Does go for a trinket. And looks like Chicago does go down with X-Spam. Gonna be immediately getting in there. Not giving Chilpas an opportunity to recover whatsoever. Got him some big bong hammers ready. Trying to see if he can bong Chilpas down. And Chilpas just trying to avoid him as best he can. Got him some movement. What is this Death Knight mobility? I never seen Frost Death Knight chugged out of the fast. He just moving, boys. Just scooting around. X-Spam forced to slow down and start attacking the Kevin Slime as he does get hit with a bit of slow. Chilpa's just trying to avoid him as best he can. 20 seconds on the next Pillar of Frost. X-Spam will definitely have a trinket for this one. Maybe Chilpa's can force some defenses out of him, force some offenses out of him. He does need to find a way to get cities out of the guy. Play Storm for X-Spam, gaining Avatar will potentially be big for him. Chilpa's just trying to see if he can maybe get himself some pressure versus XC. And this way he's gonna go for Remorseless with maybe a blind. Doesn't go for a blind, just gonna let it happen. Maybe a grip back in. Doesn't reflect. It's gonna reflect something. Not really sure what reflected. Into a silence on X-Spam will not be able to go for Rallying Cry. Just summon Chilpas, but it's gonna be yet another stun. Chilpas getting disarmed. This guy is out of utility, out of mobility. It's gonna be X-Spam trinketing, but a blind meets him head on as he charges back out towards Chill. Does not have a defense anymore. No more friends in regeneration. Kinda out in the open all by him lonesome. Try to see if he can focus on the bed, but Chilpas sacrifices him very quickly, given X-Spam one less target to fight, and he's gonna try to see if he can maybe control him with a Chain of Ice. X-Spam, no cooldowns, no! The Rallying Cry and the Battle Masters both roll off at once, and it looks like maybe the Frost Fever was ticking down on him little by little. Chilpas does claim yet another victim, with Alpha's gonna be up next as an Unholy Death Knight. He dueled Chilpas a couple times, needs to get him out in the open, needs to slow him down as best possible. Chain of Ice is going to be our best friend. Trying to go for the big grippy hand. Chilpas trying to maybe see if he can avoid it. Looks like maybe just trying to see if he can kite out Alfred's. Trying to create himself some line of sight where Alfred's literally can't catch up to the guy. And Alfred's eventually hopefully should be able to get line of sight Chill, but that Chain of Ice from a distance just got himself that range. Just controlling the Unholy Death Knight's burst. Stun on Chilpas. Army that could potentially be joining. There it is. Chilpas looks like maybe he's going to stay in. Got himself the grippy hand. Full cooldowns ready. Silence on the stun on Alfred's. Going to be IBF and Lichborn available. Actually, no IBF just yet. AMS for both of them, though. Lichborn for one of them. I'm not sure which one, though. Alfred's getting stunned up yet again. Drops down AMZ, but it doesn't even matter. Oh my god. Chilpas trying to see if he can take the momentum into Maddie. Maddie went over the stun immediately. Does juke out and interrupt. That's going to be full Doubt and Chilpas. Got himself the Lichborn. Maybe he could go for Shackles, because he is technically an undead. Don't really know if that Unholy Transfusion reached the Death Knight, but he's going to go use the Kevin Slime for a little bit of healing. I actually should have a Kevin Slime of his own, but it looks like he disappeared. Madden used to push in. If Madden can just push in towards Chilpas, that'd be a fantastic spot. They made it to the dead. Try to see if he can put in some pressure on the Death Knight. But the DK is at least able to get some death strikes off that thing. If Madden can somehow just catch up to Chilpas, go throw him down into a full fear, stun, wombo combo, because they can't do it. No more Lichborn available for Chilpas. Does go for a flash cut. There's going to be Cypher trying to reduce some of that healing. Trying to go for a bit of a cast PI and everything available. Chilpas trying to see if he can avoid it. Going to be a stun around the corner with Void Eruption. Does he have the Void Bolts? He does have the Void Bolts. But the Death Knight is going to avoid him completely. Matt is trying to see if they can maybe get a couple of Vampiric Embraces in here. Maybe a couple of Void Bolts in. A couple of TPs in there. Maybe, potentially, possibly silence on a Maddie. Full Pills of Frost. Chilpas trinkets out of the fear. Second stun to Maddie. Does go for Disperse. That's what Chilpas, I think, is going to back up out of there. Maddie using that Disperse mobility to stay with Chilled. Chilled with that Death Back to give himself a little bit more health to work with. Not a lot of health that he can really work with in terms of healing. He has to wait out until the narcotics fall off. But in terms of just having more health overall, like his own Rallying Cry, he does get one. Has the pet to sacrifice in case he wants to. Maddie trying to get some dots on the pet as well as Chilpas. Chilpas going for the sacrifice pretty early before the dampening ramps up way too high. Mages of the Dead joining in, as is going to be the Necrolord Transfusion onto Chilpas, and extra bonus damage over time ability, rotting him down. And Chillpills just trying to see if he can avoid Maddie. Just trying to get a couple casts over on the Mages of the Dead. Literally running away from the priest, but swinging by the mages and going for death strikes from time to time on that thing. Waiting for 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second until his full cooldown is available. AMS is up. Maddie's trying to go for a bit of greater fate, but it's only going to stop him so much. Maddie definitely needs to have some kind of defense, offense, some kind of CC, anything stun to follow with big obliterates back to back. And Chillpills trying to see maybe taking momentum towards Seawork, does get him out with a death grip and death and decay. He eats him out in the open, couple of slams with obliterates, and Seawork is already in a bit of a weird spot right now. He needs to go for as much self-healing and defenses as possible. Poor Priestman can't do anything. I know, right? I feel so bad. I'm really hoping the Priest in Dragonflight will be able to really be reborn into a whole new entity. I'm hoping Blizzard does good with their talents. It gives them an opportunity to make a big comeback and be a little bit more survivable. I guess. Okay. He just barraged him. He just popped cooldowns, got around him, one barrage, and you end up executing him. And playing the execute barrage legendary. Okay. That went fast. Extremely fast. CVX has to go versus XBD and Toxic. Can you do it? Gouge onto the Arcane Mage. 45k barrage. Tell me it was a crit. Tell me it was a crit. If it's a non-crit, that would have been an 80k barrage. But the only reason it hits so hard is because you're in execute range. My goodness. That's crazy. Oh my god. We just watched Shield just absolutely go for the most amount of bursts, and that was literally a one-shot in the most literal sense. Of course, it's a crit. That's nuts, man. That is incredible. 45k crit. Stun on Seawork does have an ice block. XBD is trying to see if he can put pressure into the mage. This high into dampening at 55%. Seawork can only do so much. Trying to see if they can keep the pressure onto XBD with the slows. And the barrage is thrown out a random arcane orb, but doesn't quite catch the rogue. Arcane explosion, I feel like should have hit him there. I feel like that arcane explosion should have probably hit him. Seawork, if you saw what I saw, I feel like that should have probably got him out in the open. Nerf Arcane, I agree. XD. Yes, exactly. Nerf Arcane. That's you busted. Big pistol shots out of the eye of the rogue. All the time available for Seawork trying to go for a poly. Going to be advantaged by the rogue. Maybe he can get him out in the open. Orb, I think should have clipped him. Blade Flurry by the rogue. I guess maybe trying to get Seawork out of the invis. And it's going to be Seawork trying to see if he can back away from XBD for a second. Grapple hook just tries to get him close. Ambush to follow. Disarm onto the mage. Disarm the mage. Disarm the mage. What's he going to do without a disarm? Cloak of Shadows is not available for XBD. This could be pretty bad for Seawork. Actually, it could be bad for both of them. Arcane missiles with that all the time. Shift in power. Gouge interrupted. XBD trying to roll some dice. One of the dice went on top of the boxes. Got him some the images to at least get some slices dices off him. Needs to get him some big pistol shots if you can. If you can go for big back-to-back pistol shots, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Trying to go for big pistols where Seawork rooted out in the open. No vanish, no nothing. Touch of the mage. Blind from a mile away. That's that out-of-the-world blind ability, man. You can give it the extra bonus range. You trinket that root, literally walk 2 steps, blinded Seawork from a mile away. But that is a trinket committed. Seawork got all the cooldowns available, but I think it's over. Yeah, as soon as he saw the rogue trinket blind, a root, I think it was like, you know what? Today was a good day. I deceived. Oh no. Oh no. I was thinking you just gave up, but not. Deceived. Oh no. Oh no. Because I was gonna say for a second, like, I feel like Seawork would have kept fighting. I mean, it was like, you know what? I accept my fate. I was thinking maybe there was that moment. No, that isn't common. That's not common for Seawork. But I was thinking maybe that's what happened. Yeah, I actually got confirmation. DC'd. I have a screenshot. Actually DC'd. Yep. I actually have a screenshot that confirms it. I see what it is with the SAP at 0.0. So basically, SAP got to 0.0 and just keeps hanging there. There's no way you've been able to take a snapshot of the SAP as soon as it hits 0.0. There's no way. Actually, zero way. Just for the sake the chat sees this. Chat, actually, they see. There's no way he was able to time a 0.0 SAP. Right? There's zero chance he was able to time it, right, chat? Zero. Who is able to just clip it at the right time like that? The only way you'd be able to do it is if it hung like that. So, I believe. I actually believe him on that. My god, man. The blind, trinket blind, just so you can get in the range. That is incredible. That's actually nuts, man. What is this? Nothing. Those man trying to blink away from my ass open. Death grip. What is that, bro? What is that? Looks like Saka versus Rogue. True. True. Alrighty, boys. Do we want to do one more? Are we guys ready for another? If you guys got a group and you want to keep going, man, I'm down. The infinite sap. Yup. That's a nice little upgrade Rogues have gotten. That's a new one, Blizzard. Infinite saps, man. 4 out of 5 for Night King. It's one more, boys. We'll be ready to go. Let's get it, boys. Let's do at least one more of the night, yeah? 7 seconds left of DR, which means it was sap for like 30 seconds. True. Very astute of you, very astute of you, Ori. But no, bad PC. Actually, bad PC are for optimization. I have a lot of guildies that have a nice rig, but they literally set the settings on low so they can get the frames inside of Mythic Pluses. Yeah, optimization. I mean, people love their frames, man. So it's like, okay, I'll downclock some stuff in terms of niceties, but like I'll get the performance out of it. Yeah, I know a lot of people that play WoW that have an insane rig and they'll downclock everything. Yeah. Like a lot of my guildies do the same thing when they do on pluses and raids. They have a really nice rig made for WoW, but they'll literally downclock all their settings in raids and in dungeons and everywhere else just so they can enjoy the frames. They don't really care about graphics at all. They just like having good performance. Should you get ass from Seawork or a new king is born? I don't know about that crazy. I don't know about that. I don't know if you should be poking the man like that. You know what I mean? I used to be an FPS only player. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do prefer their frames. I feel like in WoW, like frames kind of don't matter nearly as much as an FPS game because that's where like every single frame counts. But in WoW, like it does make a difference in terms of like being able to optimize your character and maximize. It's like really good. It's just fun. Like I have a 144 hertz monitor myself. You technically don't need that for WoW, but like it's really nice. It's really nice. I like the smoothness of it, the smoothness of gameplay. Like I feel like playing on this monitor for as long as I have been and going back to like a normal monitor, it's pretty difficult, boys. It's weird. It takes a second to adjust. Super low mouse instead of 50% keyboard mouse pad inside desk. Yeah. That's an FPS gamer right there. You got her for one. He actually does have Chris if you want to join. He does have one. I think if you guys want to join him, he will be listed, should be listed in Raid's Legacy. There he is. Looks like a second group is starting. K, yo, Key, you guys can join up Showpos if you want to. I know you're starting a 5v5 group, man. I appreciate it. But you got one more if y'all want to join in. Or if you guys want to keep a separate group, you're more than welcome to. Whatever works. My name's K. Yeah, Key, you're more than welcome to join up, my guy. I'm gonna go eat those GGs. I think I'm about that clip. That was cool. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna peep it after the stream, man. I'm gonna peep it right after the stream. I'm excited. I want to see how you do. I'm excited to see the reaction. Cause you're my boy, Seaver, dude. I want to see how you do, man. I want to see how you do. I just don't know if they got like any kind of like music or whatever going on from stream or whatever. I'm Hunt Buns. Yo, let's get buns in here, man. That's just a fun with some bun. I mean, that's weird, actually. Let's take it in a whole nother direction. I'm just gonna stop. I was trying to see if we could come up with something to recover there, but nah. I'm just gonna let it leave it. Yo, all right. What arena do we do, chat? Because the next arena is gonna give us is guaranteed Tolveron. So chat, what arena? I'm thinking Blackwood Hole, chat. Any preferences? Maldrax is way too big. Maldrax I love the arena, but it's way too big. It's very similar to a Tolveron. We've actually tried a couple of streams, Hook Point is kind of small. I like that one. No, you don't like that one? You don't like Blackwood Hold? Oh, it's Chrysler. He loves Tolveron Maldraxes. He loves these arenas, man. They're way too big, Chrysler. They're way too big. They're too big. Too big of an arena. It's kind of like trying to like 1v1 in Call of Duty, but you don't choose crates, right? You just go for like the biggest game you possibly can, right? The biggest match where you have to run for miles just to see each other. They're not big enough, if you ask me. How big do they gotta be? I actually would love for like a massive arena. I think actually, isn't the Crucible, the new one, even bigger than the other two, like in terms of space? That one has a lot of space. The Grand's best dueling map. We have done a Grandom. I like Blackrock. And the arena size of a Dragon Isles for kite properly. True. Maybe we can just open flat plane with no pillars whatsoever, so you can just go for kiting, or maybe a little bit, just so you can keep kiting. Yo, Athens, that was great. It's a little bit of an older meme, but I think it fits here. Me down to about 35% HP and about to face the final opponent, Steve Herc with a barrage. That's actually so good. Oh my god, that's actually great. It fits so well, dude. It fits so well. Alright, I'm thinking to Black Rook Hole, boys. I'm thinking Rook. Bastion Arena. I'm trying to save everybody eyesight, man. I don't want to blind anybody. Like, if I really wanted to flashbang people in this stream, I'd give you guys the Bastion Arena as a punishment. That's what it would literally be, a punishment. And maybe if you guys are being rowdy one day, be like, all right, I'm queuing you for Bastion Arena. That's all you're gonna get. Your eyes are not gonna thank you. By the way, boys, thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate all of you. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Bastion Arena. Too big that someone's here have said, oh, come on, Christers. This is a nice Christian live stream. What are you talking about here? But yeah, normally you want things big, but not in a WoW arena, man. I think it's way too huge. It's just such an open space. It's only running. The biggest problem with this arena is the pillars specifically implore pharaohs, monks, and rogues to be even more cheesy than ever before. That movement speed and those massive pillars, I mean, gives you an opportunity to catch a reset easily. That's my biggest problem with that. My biggest gripe with it. The Twitch. Let me get a different song in here, boys. Give me some good. Boy, Chicago. Chicago first up, going versus XBD. Got himself that weapon chance, I guess, as he walk into this arena. Get a shot by the rogue. Got himself a little bit of a cleave. Trying to see maybe if he can take down the Earth Elemental. Maybe even take down some of those Raptors. He needed to summon Chicago, but he's not deterred by it at all. He got himself the big old, what is it? Chain Harvest. I think I'm forgetting about this ability, Chain Harvest, because it's not coming in, it's not going to be transferred over into Dragonflight. So I feel like, honestly, I'm saying Chain Harvest now, but like a couple of patches from now, I'm never going to have to say Chain Harvest again. That feels really weird, chat. Dragonflight is coming. It's close. It's almost here. Gonna be XBD going for a bit of a vanish. But Chicago got himself a little bit of a self-heal. XBD is going, it looks like, for a full reset. No eyes are available. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a reset until the rogue decides he wants to approach. Grappling over, not really wasting a lot of time. Immediate kidney shot on Chicago. Got himself the Kyrian burst. Try to see if he can make a play. Potentially, but Chicago gets the rogue so low. Forced out with their cloak of shadows. Potentially, maybe trying to get himself an evasion so he can tussle with Chicago. But the Maelstrom generation while Ghost Raptors are active is just incredible. I don't even think the Ghost Raptors need to do damage. They just give you free Maelstrom and a Chain Harvest because the rogue's so low. If that thing crit, I think that would have been a one-shot onto XBD. Chicago trying to step proactive, looking for the rogue immediately. The rogue does dive into stealth with a sap we're after. Does he have a flame shock? Still get a flame shock burning him right in the open. Maybe he can go for a reset. Trying to use that stealthy shield in order to give himself a little bit more of a cover. That's literally what he's trying to do. Just trying to give himself a little bit more of a cover in the night. The rogue is going to be back in stealth. The eyes are back up. Chicago could potentially just run up towards the eyes. Rogue is going for a little bit of a first aid. Chicago maybe could meet him with a totem around the corner to get him in combat. Does hit him with a slow. Potentially almost capacitor him down. Ambushed by the rogue. Chicago does not have to pick up the eyes. Get a shot by the rogue with a Kyrian burst. Trying to see if he can maybe back up and reposition behind the pillar. Immediately as soon as he's done with his burst. Got a bit of damage over Chicago. This storm is going to prevent the shaman from doing stuff. Pistol shot right after could be pretty deadly for Chicago. Advantage by the rogue. Has so many tools of escape, but Chicago needs to either go pick up the eyes or just have the patience of a god in order to deal with this rogue. Definitely has to go to pick up the eyes immediately. 3 vanish is nice. I know, right? The cooldown. This man, I can't even tell if he's running a cooldown reduction build or a pistol shot build or what. I literally cannot tell. But that is a lot of vanishes when playing Kyrian. It is incredible. With so many rogues actually starting to go Venthyr now for PvP, I was really hoping we'd get some Venthyr gamers instead of Kyrian gamers. But Kyrian is really good for duels. XBD getting quite a bit of damage with Chicago. Drone rush rolling. Evasion is up. Chicago can't even counter him right now unless it maybe get some ghost traps in there and get some lightning bolts back to back onto the rogue. Ambush right after. Does the rogue have a kidney shot to follow? Potentially trying to give himself a big pistol shot. Kidney shot versus Chicago. Kieran burst to follow. Trying to see if he can maybe get some of those Kieran finishes back to back. Maybe we'll get evasion back up very soon. Cloak shot is back up, so it can prevent some of the damage to Chicago. Chicago having to go for as much healing as possible. Disarm to follow. Got himself a totem. Maybe to stun the rogue. Potentially big damage. Vanish tricking out of the rogue. That's a 4th vanish in 3 minutes. 4th vanish in a 3-minute game, chat. That cooldown reduction is absolutely disgusting. And Chicago isn't even going to go for the eyes. They're literally just going to wait out for this rogue. They're letting this rogue get full resets. I think you should be maybe getting aggressive with those eyes. I think it would have to, because the rogue is just going to go for a full reset with a mage food. And Chicago just letting it happen? I think Chicago just trying to see, you know what? Maybe I can beat this rogue with all those vanishes. Maybe I can counterbalance it. Maybe I can bypass it. Immediate chain harvest as rogue. Locks him down in a stun. Trying to go through his full Kyrian burst rotation. Maybe get himself a big pistol shot. Evasion to follow. So Chicago is kind of limited on what they can do. But them Ghost Raptors are generating plenty of combo points. XBD turning over to the Raptor just to give himself some kind of cooldown reduction benefits. Chicago closes the gap again. If they can somehow get a full stun lock Sunder onto XBD, they could be in a good spot. Sunder for a second, but doesn't have a stun to follow another vanish on the rogue in the 4-minute mark. What does that cooldown on the vanish? Like 30 seconds? Literally, Chicago just stops. As soon as the rogue goes for vanish, they just stop. My god, just showed us just how busted rogues are, man. How many more vanish? 4 minutes, and this man is using a 2-minute cooldown? Basically, what feels like once a minute. And has got himself another Kyrian setup. Kidney shot on Chicago, maybe with an evasion this time. Does he have the defenses to follow up? Most likely will. Gonna be matching Arms on XBD. Does pop evasion immediately. Does Chicago have any more lightning bolts to follow? Gouge onto Chicago. That's gonna be the Earth Elemental attacking him. Got himself the Blade Flurry before the Earth Elemental just to cleave them both. XBD is kind of low in health though. Chicago just needs to close the gap. Maybe get a couple of blasts. Another vanish. This is ridiculous. Oh, I don't even blame Chicago for leaving that one. I don't even blame Chicago for leaving. That one. That was a vanish every minute. That was literally opener, stun, run a little bit, vanish, repeat. In 5-minute match, he had 5 vanishes. A 2-minute cooldown used 5 times in 5 minutes. It's ridiculous how strong it is. Like, this is my class, this is my spec, but even I'm like, yep, that is pretty nutty. Gonna be Maddie, trying to see if you can maybe fight through this Vanish McGee. With the Cloak of Shadows blind to follow, SCBD is gonna go for a complete reset, literally escaping out of Maddie without any dots on him whatsoever. Cloak of Shadows blind, just trying to control this duel as best as he can as a full PI, and Maddie is still up. XBD is just gonna wait it out completely. And it's gonna be maybe Sap, maybe another. Maddie just having to wait it out. The rogue with an ambush has himself Megalomania. Forced it to stun. Maddie managed to go for disperse. I didn't even realize it was a Megalomania. That's super unfortunate. Maddie could be in bigger trouble. Could be in big trouble. Got himself a shield, a little bit of healing. Disperse was used. The rogue goes in for a kick on the Shadow. I think has a kidney shot ready right after. Maddie's trying to see maybe if they can dodge it with a greater fade. Trying to get some dots on XBD. Definitely needs to go for as much aggression as possible. Into a fear. Potentially could set up some damage opportunity. Shadow crash onto the rogue. Maybe get himself the mages of the dead with all the pets up and running. Potentially this pets could do a bit of work with a Cypher. The rogue isn't going anywhere. No Cloak of Shadows. No vanish for a second. Wait, maybe Maddie can send him over the edge with a void sword. Is gonna choke him, but the rogue does get consumed in the Shadow. And Maddie does end up taking him out. Literally doing /lol. Yo, I'm pirate. Is he? He literally walked up to his own, not even teammate actually. I was thinking for some reason it was teammate. No, just walked up just to drop down. A flag of ownership. Top Banana is gonna be up next. As a Frost Mage this time, I'm liking this. Trying to see maybe we can make some damage happen. Frost Orb, Frozen Orb, and Ice Senses have been buffed by like 15% recently, if not 20. So maybe Top Banana could show us what the Frost Mage burst looks like. Getting sunned up as Matt is trying to get some dots rolling onto the Mage. Maybe rot him down a little bit. Top Banana is playing with a pet, so he does have that Nova Freeze capability. He's not playing that Lonely Winter, which would amplify the lances a little bit more. Gonna be a full crashes onto Matt. He does get a bit of damage on the top. And Top has himself a playstyle where He got himself the ice form so he can actually immune the stuns. Gonna be a frostballs as he's trying to get himself a little bit of a setup. Got himself water elemental coming back up as Matty was able to melt the first one. Silence on the top banana. Maybe an ice buck right here. This is actually just gonna crouch down. Massive spell is gonna prevent all the damage by top. It's gonna be still the shadow and continue to attack an assault banana, but it's gonna be the Megalomania getting Matty super low on health. Definitely needs to look for a bit of recovery as the blizzard is gonna be right around the corner. Definitely needs to go for a little bit of self-heal. Mages attacking the pet, so it looks like maybe that frosty pet is going to be going down very soon. Matt is standing next to the frozen orb, taking a bit of damage. Top banana still rotted down to dots. It's going to be tricky. Kyrian Radiant Spark Burst. Does he have himself the great setup? It's going to be greater fade, but Matt as the Kyrian Burst comes out. It does. Oh my god, the quick execute onto the mage. Matty does get the Shadow Word. Death. Pretty good. Hunt Buns. This is going to be up next as a marksmanship hunter. Get himself a bit of a positional. Matty looking to get himself recovery. Seeing the root, should be aware of what's going on. Immediate disperse. As expected, big burst on a Hunt. And Hunt just trying to see if he can go for the double tap, maybe rapid fire, maybe aim shot. Trying to see if he can find the angle, but going like the long way versus Matty. I think he's trying to see if he can avoid any kind of fears. Matty got himself full PI. That's going to be all the pets joined in. Void Eruption potentially. Maybe to get a fear onto Hunt. Hunt is just going to go for as much damage as possible. All these pets are attacking, assaulting, barraging onto Hunt with a Sun to Fall and Mind Flay. Does go for chicken. Oh! Apparently Matty got a bit of damage behind them. Apparently Matty's been waiting to duel this whole time. And when you give Matty an opportunity to actually like fight, pretty good. Apparently it's pretty good. Gonna be Toxic up next. Trying to see if maybe you can fight the Matty. Gonna be, I think, one of the images or one of the pets joined in. Matty got no eruption this time. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Great effect to follow. Just trying to see if he can get away from Toxic. Doesn't have any CC whatsoever. Definitely needs someone to help him control the warrior. But looks like the warrior with a banner and them rampages is just gonna be enough to send him over the edge. What's gonna be up next? Is it gonna be Revenant, potentially Pirates? Or is it going to be Alpha? It looks like Alpha is going to be up next. Down onto Toxic. Trying to see if he can cleave right through him. Toxic. Kind of just confused. Backpedaling a little bit. Better have a defensive. Actually, he has nothing really left. What can he do in this situation? Trying to see if maybe we can leap away. I feel like fear and a leap should have been used really early into the duel. Alphas did fight through him, but that's going to be chill pills on the cleanup duty for the team too. He got a death to get through. An Owl Rogue and Revendare. The Beastmaster Hunter. How are you doing, by the way, Revendare? Missy fam. Sounds and Chilpas immediately. Looks like, is he going to go for big damage on the Alf? Looks like it's going to be pets joining him, not the Army of the Dead, but a Sounds with Alf does trick it out of it. AMZ, AMS, trying to see if he can tank up the damage with his shield. Shields need to grip him out in the open. Alfred needs to go back to his barrier. Well, looks like he's just going to IBF and trying to see if he can outrun Chilpas. Trying to see if he can maybe get counter aggressive with him. Stun onto Chills could be potentially tricky. Chilpas does, I think, maybe human races out of that one. Is that what I saw? Maybe not, actually. I'm not even sure. I guess we'll see. Like, if you can't trick it the next kidney shot by the rogue, then we'll know for certain. But it's going to be Alphras trying to see if he can cleave right through Chilpas. But Alf Cells is not doing that good. Doesn't power his pet. Could potentially be enough damage that needs, but a blind separates the Chilpas and the pet and Alphras. Chilpas summons a ghoul just to sacrifice and squeeze it for what it's worth. And it's going to be Alf with not a lot of health at all. Next, Obliterate, Killing Machine proc is going to set him over the edge. Chicago, sorry. That's a rogue lol. Blame the game, not the player. How come to say Chicago GG's? That's what I made. I looked in the chat and said Chicago, or I saw come main talking to Chicago, saying, hey, I'm the rogue, GG's. Blame the game. Says that Chicago said chill pills, but chill pills, oh my god, just get an absolute blasted. But Revendare overcharged immediately. Chill pills, IBF, use AMS, applied, death pack, use that may be actually the ability though, does him over the edge here. Oh, kill shot by Revendare. But when you go into the higher dampening with no cooldowns like that, what can you do? You're in the clean duty. Matty, by the way, sniping 3 kills out of nowhere. Caught the rogue without a vanish. Then was able to rot down a hunter. And there was somebody else that rotted down too. I don't know who. Mage? I think it was Mage. Stop Banana trying the frost. I like the fact that he's trying the frost updates. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another going. Yeah. Do you guys want to go again? Or are we done ski for the night? I would go one more. Are we done ski? Yeah, with no fear, I was done off for hippies to kill the priest for good. I'll good head hunter. You know what it is, man. You know what I mean? This is part of the 5v5 duels. It's like, man, I committed everything to try to see if we could take him down. So then it's like, all right, next time, this time I got to kill. Next time, I'm going to go and do something different. Next time I'm going to blast him We need to reform. All right, maybe we're done for the night then. It's up to you, Night King and Chicago. If you guys are done for the night, man, you're done. Perfectly cool with me, man. We got ourselves quite a bit of duels in here. At least the 2 hours. I'm fine with one more. Yeah, you guys are fine with one more. I'm down. If these boys want to make groups, man, you're more than welcome to. But if y'all want to be done for the night, I'm perfectly cool with it too, man. I appreciate you. It's a community effort, man, and then this duels wouldn't be here without the community helping out, forming groups, putting it together, you know what I mean? I'm just here hosting them, but it's you boys that ones putting the groups together and are making these duels happen. So if y'all are calling it, man, I listed. If people queue, I'll do one more. All right, we'll give it like 5 minutes or something. Yeah, we'll give 5 minutes. I don't know if Chicago's a 5 man. After getting hit with 6 bandages into I'm done, so you're just done. So because if Chicago's done for the night, we're just calling it there, man. Unless somebody wants to make a second group, we'll just call it there. So Chicago, if you're done for the night, my guy, appreciate you coming by. Or if you're just like done with that game, but like want to keep doing more. Chicago's done? Alright, we'll call it there, man. We'll probably call it there. Unless, you know what? 5 minutes, if somebody else makes a second group or whatever, maybe we can make it work. But otherwise, we'll probably chill. Maddie was fun to watch. Shadow had some real potential. I'm hoping Maddie get some fatty buffs heading into Dragonfly, dude. We're still yet to get a blue post about Shadow Priest updates. Hopefully we'll get one very, very soon over the weekend, or maybe upcoming this Tuesday reset. I'd love to see it. But they said, Priest, we hear you. We got some big stuff coming up in the future. Keep giving us feedback. We're working on something. We'll let you know when we have it. So we've been waiting. Hopefully Priest gets something good. Hunters, by the way, have been getting so many blue posts back to back, boys. It's been kind of crazy. It's been actually kind of nuts. My group is probably still got what come due, but already started games. That's all good, Chicago. Don't worry about it, my guy. Yo, don't worry about it. If y'all want to do something else, man, hey, that's perfectly cool with me, man. That's perfectly cool. After that game, Chicago, I don't blame anybody for like, you know what? I'm done for the night. I think I'm gonna go play another game. I'm gonna do something different for a little bit. I can't blame a single person after getting a game like that, man. Yeah, it just showcases how disgusting Outworld is still, man. Hey, you know what? That cooldown reduction thing, it's kind of nuts. I think Outworld, but the thing is about Outworld, it always had this cooldown reduction element to it. It always was there. It just nobody really ever paid attention until Outworld started doing some damage. So Blizzard, I mean, I'd be okay with if Blizzard either could balance rogues who are good for damage, where we don't need the cooldown reduction cheese in PvP, or if they want to tone us damage down but let us give some crazy cooldown reduction. I'm perfectly cool with that too. I think it's perfectly fine to have one or the other. Right now we kind of have both. We got good damage now, which I'm okay with damage actually. I think I probably prefer damage in PvP at the very least. Although I do love the cooldown reduction and the randomness of the spec, and I think that does give it like an edge, a different playstyle, and we get even more cooldown reduction in Dragonflight, so we'll see how that goes. That could be very interesting. We'll see. CD reduction used to be mostly absent from the game as toxic. Again, like CD reduction wasn't really ever a thing until Shadowlands. You got the mages with the Night Fae ability that has cooldown reduction elements to it. You got the Holy Priest, that also can play Night Fae if they want to, with some cooldown reduction elements on it with the fairies. But then Outworld always had cooldown reduction, but it was never really a problem until Outworld started doing damage. And then they nerfed down some of the elements of cooldown reduction. And as Sylvan Rook can talk about, man, Outworks have incredibly good damage. Like if nobody started playing cooldown reduction from the get-go, imagine how hard the spec would have been hitting in season 3. And it was like, when I said like cooldown reduction wasn't the issue, it only became an issue once Outlaw started doing damage. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's a discussion we definitely can have in terms of like PvP, CDs and stuff. I feel like cooldown reduction is an incredibly powerful tool. And I always said it was a powerful tool. I just don't think a lot of like now people. I feel it feels like everybody else is now saying it's a powerful tool, but a lot of people are saying like it should be nerfed immediately. I feel like there should be a discussion of like, if it's going to be there, then I think maybe the damage is to be tuned properly, because then I'll do a good playable. Like I just want to be able to do good AV. Like I don't really care if cooldown reduction is gone, or I like the uniqueness of cooldown reduction. I don't think it needs to be completely abandoned, but it does need to be like reined in a little bit, right? I love the uniqueness of it, so I wonder if there's a way to maintain its unique element of like the spec playstyle, the uniqueness, without having to be like super like too broad, right? Too crazy. Has insane CDR, yeah. Thing is, it always had this as good of CDR. It just nobody really ever played the spec because it didn't have enough damage to really support it. Now we got damage. I feel like CDR gets highlighted, but CDR stands out a lot more. Now that the spec can actually do decent damage. Needs enough in PvP, all I could say. Yeah, maybe like that's what they need to do. Like, I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's always been a unique mechanic. I almost liked it. I don't hate the mechanic. But I wonder like if there's a better way. Like maybe it just needs a flat nerf. And like that's it. Maybe the conversation's over. But I think it should be a conversation, right? It should be where everybody gets to put in the thoughts in the community. I like the mechanic. I wouldn't want it to completely disappear. But if let's say like 90% of the community like hates it and wants it gone, like I'm not gonna fight it, right? If majority of the community legitimately just like thinks it's not good for the game, you know? I always thought it was a cool mechanic though. From like the inception of Rogue. Back even like in Legion where you could have cooldown reduction on your defenses too. That was nutty. Because in 2s, as soon as you got even a modicum of decent damage for 2v2s in Season 2 of Legion, it was like, uh-oh, wait, hold on, Outla's doing too good. Nerf his defenses immediately. And we're like, alright, we're not as good anymore, but like, we're kind of okay. There was CDR and the advantage to Kidney, I'll be happy. Yes, I think that could be agreed. Kidney shot CDR is maybe a little much. Blind CDR, I think it's interesting, but it's one utility. One utility. 30-second CD, I think it's fine. Having it shorter, maybe it's too much. Vanish, I can agree with that. Defensives, I think it's cool to have defensives, but Vanish is just like completely like you reset it. But Kidney shot and Vanish, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, so I feel like I wonder if there is like that kind of like a nerf, like Vanish, Kidney shot, and then it's over. You can still keep the CDR and have the uniqueness of it, but the toxic, the really egregious elements of that CDR, like they're no longer affecting anything. I think it'd be really cool. Do we have a Dragonflight release date? We don't right now, Chris. As of right now, we don't have an official one. We just have guesses. Lots of guesses in the community of when it could be. They could make it a 5 count point spender to reduce CDs by 1.5 instead of 5. So it's either way nerfing and make it out if you like a crap to play. Wait, spender? Wait, so it's a finisher to reduce cooldown of abilities. I don't know if we should go that heavily into cooldown reduction. I don't think I should use an ability where I'm just constantly reducing the cooldown of abilities. I'd rather be using abilities like Dispatch, Between the Eyes, Kidney Shot, you know, basic finishers, and have that be part of my cooldown reduction. Because at least I'm playing the class, I'm doing abilities. I don't want to go back to like the roll the bones playstyle, right? Where we basically like roll the bones until you get the right buff. Here will be like keep resetting cooldowns until you get the good buffs. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that because I feel like we just won't be pressing Dispatch. We'll just be pressing that finisher that keeps giving us cooldown reduction. And that I think just takes away from the actual gameplay. I'm not actually pressing damage and abilities. Which it does make a difference, right? You're like, why would that part matter? Right? You got good cooldown reduction. Why would you just press damage and abilities? Bro, it feels it felt really bad when Outlaw had to keep rolling bones over and over. I know you can just keep rolling until you get a god buff, but like you're just rolling bones and you don't feel like you're effectively playing the game. You feel like you're just setting up and setting up and setting up. Then when you get the good set of rolls, now you're playing the game. Right now we're like roll the bones, whatever we get is whatever we get, and then we're playing the game. Yeah, do you remember the dagger build started playing? Yeah, I remember that one. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was a good idea. But yep, I do remember that. The dagger build, slice and dice and all that. Slice and dice, sinister strike, so we just sinister strike, slice, sinister strike, sinister strike, slice, sinister strike, slice, yep. Yep, that actually was a thing at the very beginning of BFA as well, Season 1 too. That was a thing. They covered it pretty quickly, but it was a thing. It was like the same like sinister strike damage buff, and you just press slice and dice and run daggers so you could just get more energy faster because it didn't really matter. Better for the memes, I never fall in love with it. Yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool if they maybe added like that kind of a build where it was a build focused on common point builders rather than spenders. I think that'd be cool if they did that. But they have some of those playstyles in Dragonflight. Like it doesn't quite do the Sinister Strike build, but the ambush, that's a pretty cool playstyle. Like ambush is the pistol shots in between of your rotation. More pistol shots in your rotation. So they do have stuff that plays off of cooldown of the like abilities, common point builders, but not so much about Sinister Strike though. But that was a pretty cool playstyle. So I played, yeah, it was pretty neat. But it's gonna happen. Catch you later now. Thank you so much for coming by, minutes. Thank you so much for coming by, boys. We're gonna call it here tonight. Thank you all so much for joining the 5v5 1v1 dueling live stream. Hope you guys had a wonderful evening. Super fun watching all of my favorite boys join up and girls tonight for the 5v5 1v1 dueling arena. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is normally a Sunday. Sunday's usually my day off. But there's a good chance we'll be hopping on the alpha, checking out some more classes and some more updates. Most likely. All right, take it easy. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I've got to get some food and chill, relax, get some work done, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys all in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.